We're just normal men.
What do you mean, normal men?
We're just innocent men.
It's time for Side Scrollers with me, Stuttering Craig.
I did. Oh, whoa! Right on the tip. Just on the tip.
And Blabs. Co-hosted by our friends from around the internet.
There is a portion of Norway where it is legally required to carry a firearm at all times.
If you're just a normal man looking for common sense in this crazy-ass world, you've come to the right place. And now, broadcasting from our homes from around the internet, it's time for Side Scrollers. Oh, welcome out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com and Rumble.com, and most importantly, SideScrollersPlus.com. What's going on, everybody? Hey, happy Tuesday to you. It's Victory Thursday here on the Internet.com. Good to see everybody. Glad you're with us. We have a large show today as we have two wonderful guests crossing over for the first time ever, which is just wonderful, I believe, at least in person, which is great. Joining us first, before we get to all that fun stuff, hello, Blabs.
What do you mean fun stuff? I am fun stuff too. Anyway, Hi everybody.
You are the epitome of fun stuff. That's right.
Thank you. Hi.
That's what they call you on the weekends, right, Blabs?
I need a gong. Hit the gong. Thank you.
There it is. That's right. It's Blabs fun stuff.
Because I'm short, so you're fun sized.
Blabbering fun stuff collector over there.
That's
She
right.
is. All right. Well, look, glad you're here. Let me just keep this one.
Rolling it black.
Joining us on this wonderful Thursday here. It's always great to end the year strong as we go into our Christmas break next week with the always wonderful Fox Lady Kirsche. Hello, crazy Fox Lady.
Hello, good morning. It's a Tuesday, so I'm awake early for you guys. Hell yeah.
It's Thursday.
It's Thursday, let's fucking go.
Let's go. Let's go. Hey, thanks so much for waking up.
Thank you. It was very difficult.
Were you one of those where you're like, God, Side Scrollers today?
I'm always excited for side scrollers. The only sad part is having to wake up at like 11 a.m.
Should we move the show to the evening to accommodate you, Kirsche?
We should have like a side scrollers after dark, you know?
Yeah, the After Dark shows are great.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yes. Speaking of After Dark, my God, it's been a while since we've seen this fine young man. Straight from the hood, everybody, put your hands together for Phoenix.
I live. How y'all doing?
What's up, buddy?
Yo, dog, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm on some medication though that I will admit it gets me really high. That medication's called crystal meth, but no.
I was thinking you were going to the gas station boner pills.
Yeah, that too. That also really helps me.
Nice.
Yeah, no, I had this weird reaction to some of the medication I'm on that I get like really trippy. I was shaving and then I was just like, who are you? And I'm like, oh, that's me in the mirror. Like it just does some weird shit to me.
That's me.
I feel good to be back.
That's me in the mirror. That's me in the spotlight losing
Yeah,
my
I was going to say, hold on. What are we
Yes.
quoting now?
Oh,
Yes.
I
Already
could
in
do
right there.
Michael Jackson, Man in the Mirror.
Let's make a whole segment out of this.
That's right. So let's just keep on going. Well, joining us here on this wonderful Thursday will be Lunduke as well. He's having internet issues. I think they found him.
Oh,
It's
no.
the Matrix. They took him.
They're
They're
taking
gonna-
him away from us.
They're going to get him. This is bad. So
I know who got him. It's those ends. That's who got him.
He called their name too many times.
That's right. It's funny. Last time he was on the show, I had to leave early, and then you decided to just go down to the local brothel and start saying all the bad things on our channel, which you're not allowed to say. So we said, hey, let's invite him back.
What could possibly go wrong?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
it
it was
was-
all planned live too. We're like, we're gonna do a collaboration with Kirsche and Lunduke, and then we said it live, so we couldn't go back on it. So here we are.
It's like, who can we invite in case he drops an N-bomb that won't hate us afterwards?
Well, I'll tell you this.
To be fair, Phoenix has a black brother, so this works. It's
The pass
okay,
is for
it's
everybody.
allowed.
The pass is for all.
True. He's giving us the past like it's a Christmas present.
Yep.
Hey,
Merry
let's-
Christmas and Happy
here he is,
Hanukkah.
everybody. Let's just see if his internet is working. It is the greatness that is Lunduke. Hello, Lunduke.
I am via my cell phone right now because that is the only friggin' internet that friggin' works in my whole friggin' town.
That's
Frustrated this morning, guys. I'm frustrated.
Much-
Kirsche, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Guys, I don't know what's been happening so far. Are we live right now? I don't
We
even
are.
know what's going. So this is live. Kirsche, I have a question. I don't mean to derail everything, but why do you have animal ears on your head? What is going on?
Foxes don't have human ears. We have fox ear.
Look at those.
What the frig are
wiggles.
you talking about? Craig, what is she talking about right now?
Tail. I have a fluffy tail.
You have a tail.
I am a fox.
There's plants on your tail. What is going on here?
Flowers. They're flowers because flowers are pretty.
Oh my word. Oh my word. Craig, what have you gotten me into? This doesn't feel good. Kirsche, I mean no offense.
I'm too high for this.
I love the coverage that you do. I'm very, very happy with the DEI coverage and everything. I don't understand the animal parts that are coming out of your cartoon body. It's very, very
you
weird.
You don't have to understand my animal parts. You could just be like, wow, that's cute, but I don't really get it.
The phrase "you don't have to understand my animal parts" is concerning to me.
Top 10 things you don't want to hear on a date night?
All right, we can continue. I don't
No.
understand.
This is
Why
great.
is Kirsche an animal cartoon prostitute? I don't know what's going on right now.
Well, I'm just trapped in a bathing suit because I can't get artists to finish models. All right, that's not my fault.
Okay.
I can't
Okay,
get
that's
artists
fair.
to
That's
finish
fair.
Work I pay them for, so I'm perpetually stuck in a swimsuit. So
All right,
that's one unfortunate thing. But aside from that, I don't know. I grew up watching YouTubers like Sargon and It's a Gundam and all
Wait
those
a
guys
minute.
that use PNGs.
Okay, back up a second. You just said the phrase, I grew up watching YouTubers. Like, how old is this cartoon fox that I'm speaking with right now? Are you 14 years old? Sargon has only been around for a little while. What the heck is going on?
I was a teenager when I was watching Sargon.
You were a teenager when you were watching. I think I had teenagers when I was watching Sargon. Holy heavens. All right, I can continue now. I'm not satisfied with the answers I'm getting, but I can continue. I can move forward.
No. This is the greatest thing that's ever happened on our show. Please continue.
I just
I have a
like
Lion King in my
being
head.
the anime woman, like Sargon liked being the statue guy, and Gundam is the Gundam guy. That's just fun. It also helps protect your Anama mama to me.
I appreciate the anonymity. I understand that, fox prostitute woman. I get that. Can I ask?
Prostitute.
Well, what? Well, if you were walking down the street and you see someone dressed exactly like Kirsche is dressed in the
at the beach, in theory, I would only be wearing this in the summer. But again, artists don't finish their job.
Okay, so you were an unintentional prostitute, right? Like this wasn't the goal.
I dress like a prostitute not because I am one, but because I'm retarded.
Thank you.
That is actually that makes sense to me. That actually follows. I get that. Okay. Can I? Why the? So you're a fox, not a cat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fine.
Why are you a cartoon fox? Like, what's the thing with that? Like, I get it. You watch Sargon. You said he has a still picture of a statue, and he mumbles into his camera. So how does it go from that to I have a tail now and I'm specifically trying to be a sexy fox? Like what's the jump
I'm not
there?
necessarily trying to be a sexy fox. My main model design is like a idol magical girl kind of outfit, and
You're not a
juxtapose,
fox in a moo
Kirsche
here.
shape
Come on. You
out of my
you
mouth,
put up
you know?
You give your fox big old boobies and you put on a bathing suit. You're not trying to be like frumpy Aunt Tabitha Fox. Come on.
be like pleasing to the eyeballs, right? You know, just like in games, you know, you don't want frumpy women as the main character. You want
that's
pretty
fair.
women in video games, right?
That's fair.
Just like, unlike Sargon, I didn't want to be a statue lady, and I watched a ton of anime, and I primarily played Korean MMOs.
Okay.
And when I pick my characters in Korean MMOs, I would always pick the fluffiest ones I possibly could.
Is that a thing in Korea? Craig, is that a thing in Korean MMOs where you play as anthropomorphized animals?
Yeah.
That's a great question. You should ask Kirsche that.
Kirsche, is that really a thing?
I played Terra for a decade, man.
I don't even know what that is.
Look, I love this. I love everything about this. I love Lunduke stepping into the unknown. Kirsche, I appreciate you answering.
You are broadening my horizons, fox weird woman.
No, it's okay. You know, I had someone else say the same thing to me recently. I first encountered Travis. He's a house rep in New Hampshire. And I was like reading about all his controversies and stuff. And I guess somebody told him that I was watching him. And he posted on Twitter, he's like, I don't understand why there's cartoon cat women watching me, but I'm here for it.
This is where I'm at. I honestly don't believe it's possible for my middle-aged brain to comprehend whatever it is that's going on right here. I just don't think it is.
Saying that, in Japan, there are actually politicians with VTuber avatars who do VTubing to talk about some of their political stuff.
That's not real. That's not a real thing. You made that up. That's not a real thing.
That's not a real thing. And there's even an ex-Yakuza VTuber.
What does the children of a middle-aged and elderly politician with a cartoon sexy VTuber, what do you say to your dad when your dad does that? Like,
Well, your dad wouldn't be a sexy woman. He would either be like a femboy or just a regular guy because it's Japan.
What's a femboy?
Oh,
a
no.
femboy is a boy that looks rather feminine. Like, you could mistake him for a woman, but he's like, nah, bro, I got a dick. What up?
So, okay. So it's not like a trans thing. It's just like a metro dude.
Thing. And like trans people, not real trans people, but like the fake ones that try to like shut people up for clout. They always tried to say that like trap was a slur against trans people, right? And it's like, no, trap is nomenclature for a femboy that passes really fucking well, all right?
What's trap?
Trap is like, it's a femboy, right? When you see a woman on the street and you're like, damn, baby, you're hot.
Like it's a like so like an Admiral Akbar thing. Like it's a trap. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. So that's Craig.
Yes,
I think we need to move on because this is making me real uncomfortable.
Hey, Lunduke, listen.
I disagree.
This may be
guilty gear because I mean you could look at Bridget as like an example of a trap.
I think in the interest of not breaking Lunduke's brain, I think
Chat's right. He should learn what sounding is.
No.
Is it like a sound test?
No.
Like check one, check
I don't
two?
even know what that is.
No.
Explain to the
There it is.
With pleasure.
What is going on right now?
I like pickles.
I'm so high right now.
Let me just say this. We are in the process of corrupting some people on our show. Lunduke is a pure soul. That
I don't know that anyone would ever describe me as a pure soul, but maybe a little old and crusty.
Listen, I'm just saying.
It's all right. We can bond over saying the N-word together.
Are we allowed to do that?
No, hold on. Lunduke.
Wait a minute. I had to promise Blabs that when I came on the show today, when it came to saying the N-word, that I would be as niggardly as possible.
I told you not to say it.
I didn't. I said niggardly. Niggardly is a totally different word with a different root.
That he would go in that direction, Blab.
That is the word that he used in our DMs, and I was like, listen, he said the N-word again.
Look that one up. That's a word. That's not an offensive word. I could be like
Lunduke, don't say it.
Kirsche, you need to.
I just muted him. Safe.
Lunduke, you need to understand. He's talking out of it. Lunduke,
You muted me. You muted me, Craig.
I unmuted you.
Oh, Blabs did that.
Yeah,
Blabs did that.
Lunduke,
I'm offended by your hatred of the dictionary, Blabs.
Lunduke, we are on thin ice with YouTube right now, buddy. All right, we have a content
It's
strike
YouTube.
against us right now. I know.
Do you really?
I know.
Did
No,
I
we
give
do.
you guys that?
No, but we have an active community guideline strike right now, and if we get another one, we can't stream on the platform.
What is the strike for?
So what you're saying is I can't quote Terry Davis at all this
No.
episode.
Please do
This
not
is my
quote the
favorite
blessed
episode.
Terry Davis.
Man,
I don't even know how I'm going to
Like
get through this
anarchy,
episode.
So this is fine.
we would prefer that you didn't. Now,
Okay.
Kirsche, to answer your question, it had to do. We got a strike in a video that was about Roblox and the whole predator situation they had there, where we simply just talked about it.
Oh,
And-
my video got demonetized when I talked about that too. It didn't get a strike, but it got demonetized.
We had a nudity and sexual content is what we got hit for.
What the fuck?
I don't know. I don't know.
Standard.
I even had to go through training. I had to get trained.
I did the training too. My channel gets striked every day that ends in Y. So I think it's actually I don't have a strike right now, and that's unusual for my channel. I've gotten strikes for COVID conspiracies. I've gotten strikes for probably saying a Terry Davis related word. I get strikes for everything. That's what makes YouTube fun, is to see how many strikes you can get.
I think the most memorable strike I got was my stream where I went down. What's that guy's name? The guy that's like, oh, it's day 387 of being a woman.
Oh,
That
yeah.
guy,
Mulvaney.
who's that?
Mulvaney.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Dylan Mulvaney. I did a VOD doing like a deep dive on his backstory and like where he came from and how he is a disingenuous twat. And that got a strike for hate speech.
You know what's amazing? I've probably gotten a good dozen or more strikes and community notes and whatnot. And my channel has absolutely zero swearing or adult content of any kind. And yet I get struck constantly. Just YouTube just likes to strike things that are awesome, I
They
guess.
just hate you.
They hate me.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Well, look, Lunduke, I know that with the crazy fox lady here, Kirsche, we've made wonderful cinema already, which is
Beautiful.
great. We also know that when you're here, that you are a fan of frolicking instead of the jiggles.
Yeah,
So-
you know what? I don't want to keep you guys from your jiggles. It's just it makes me get a little blushy in the cheeks. It makes me a little embarrassed.
Too old
What
to
can I do?
handle the jiggling.
Oh my heavens!
So
Friggin'
Lunduke, because of that, Patriotic Gestalt came in with the $50 super chat saying frolic time fee. So there you go. Look, there's Kirsche frolicking.
Jesus,
There-
Mother
there's-
of mercy.
She's just frolicking. That's all. What's wrong with that?
No, what's wrong with that? Right? Just good, wholesome anime frolicking.
Yeah. She's just frolicking through a meadow. I don't really understand what's going on with that.
That's how I
Well,
get the flowers in my tail.
Now you know. Now here's the beautiful thing about those 50s is that they go on the wall now. Look at that right there. That's all.
Ooh.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Ooh, oh, you keep sticky notes up there. That's
right.
That's cool. That's classy. Sticky
I
notes are
remember
classy.
choosing colors for that.
I know it's good times. Good times. Thank you very much, Patriotic Adults. Appreciate your support. Look, if you're new to our channel, we're glad you're here. Make sure you hit the subscribe button over here on YouTube. Follow us over on Rumble. The 135,000 of you who have found us over on YouTube. The over 30,000 of you who have found us over on Rumble, which is excellent. Of course, we're live over on Kick. We're live over on Twitch as well. Couple quick housekeeping reminders before we get into more chaos on the show. Next week, we have no show throughout the week, but that does not mean that we're leaving you empty-handed, as all throughout the week, we're going to be having encore presentations of all of our premium shows that we put on throughout the year, including you see King of the Couch, King of the Cart, Overcocked, Queen of the Wii, and the Plus podcast, all next week, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Central Time, our normal time that we go, except for on Thursday, which that'll be in the afternoon because we think you guys are going to be doing Christmas stuff that day. So that'll be a little bit later in the afternoon. Those will all be premiered live, and you can watch them all, which is great. So you can watch every single one of the normal time slot, which is good. What do you
Hey, Craig, you know, next
Like every one of those thumbnails.
What's that?
I said I was noticing something. My face is on like every one of those thumbnails.
You are. Well, you're a part of every single one of the shows.
I'm kind of all in with you guys, I guess. God damn.
Whether you like it or not, Kirsche, whenever we do it. Look, After the first King of the Couch, when we did the commentary together, I was like, there it is. There's the team. Me and Kirsche. It's bread and butter right there. It makes sense. We are the preeminent esports commentators in our space, and I appreciate that.
Preeminent.
Yes.
That's before the eminent. It's fantastic.
Yes. Whoever is the eminent, we are before them.
You're before them.
Yep.
It's fantastic.
Absolutely.
And while you guys are taking off next week, I'm not, because this is my holiday week. Because
Nice.
Hanukkah doesn't end until Monday or whatever. So this is my holiday week. And next week, you know what we call next week?
What's that?
A normal week. So the Lunduke Journal will be posting regular shows every single day, including Christmas Day, because it's a normal day when the only thing I do is go and get Chinese food, because that's the only restaurant that is open.
Mazel tov.
Thank you.
Benjamin came in with the $20. Says, Craig, where did you get the Coach Red Pill impersonator? Who's that?
Who's that?
I think it's you. I think.
Is that me?
I think Coach Red Pill
Probably.
is dead.
Oh, okay.
I think he died like in some Middle Eastern country or something. He's like a internet blood sports guy.
What?
I'm not familiar with
Yeah,
that.
I don't know the big lore because my memory is pretty atrocious. Like
She
my
doesn't
brain is
remember things
cheese.
before 2009.
But I'm pretty sure he was like a blood sports guy.
I love that Kirsche just knows a lot about everything that I would never know about. I love that all the stuff I absolutely can't know, Kirsche knows.
This is the beautiful thing about our show is we bring people together and it's totally yin and yang, but somehow it all fits just wonderfully.
It's beautiful.
It's like
I just
pineapple on
wanna warn
pizza.
you, Mr. Lunduke, man. If you ask me a question, you are in danger of me answering it. So very much think before you do that.
Done. Thank you for the heads up.
Matt Hatter says, I thought Blabs coming from under the desk was the best show ever, but Kirsche on Lunduke topped it. Here's some money since this VOD is demonetized. Hey, thanks. Thank you very much for that. That's great. All right. And Arg, another name, says with a 10, says YouTube is blocking the super chat. So sitting here, Kirsche and Leaflet are both in Skybrow's latest music video. You should watch it. Who's Skybrow?
I think that's the guy that did Huffing Elon's Musk, and I can't remember the name of the new one, but my mods linked it to me, and I was like, I'm gonna have to watch this on stream.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe we'll check that out some other time, not today, but because we have a lot to get to today, and we're glad you're with us. Do us a favor, hit the thumbs up. We got a little more frolicking. Here it comes from Benjamin. Says no frolic needed. Oh no. But can we please give Lunduke a Kermom lore dump? Oh, I don't think that's a good idea, Benjamin. But it's up to
I
you,
never
sir.
know half of the words you guys are saying. I love it.
Can someone make Lunduke frolic? That's what I want to see.
Oh,
That is what I would want.
I don't think so. I think
yeah.
people have tried. I don't
fox
think
ears?
mechanically
Yes.
I work that way.
Yeah.
We can give him like Fox ear headphones.
No, that can't happen.
But basically, in a TLDR, my mom
no.
is a terrible, horrendous person who has done a lot of terrible, horrendous things, not least of which was dating a guy from the Aryan Brotherhood for about a decade who had like visible swastika tattoos.
That's spicy.
That was time. Yeah,
That's
that was
spicy.
spicy. He was kind of retarded. He blew up a meth lab.
He was kind of retarded. Wait, are we allowed to say retarded? Like what word? Hey, Craig, could you give me a rundown of what words I can and can't say? Like, so I can't tell you that something is stingy using the N-word version of that, but we can say retarded. This doesn't make any sense.
okay. You're 100% right, Lunduke. It does not make sense. And can I give you a list? No, because it's always changing all the time, constantly.
Damn it.
So yes. Hey, it's not Benjamin. It's Benjamin.
It's B
Thank you.
jamming.
B jamming. Let's go, B. That makes a lot better. That's way better. B
He's one
jamming.
of my guys. I know how to pronounce him.
Let's go, B jamming. Thank you very much. Also, not to be outdone, Sathel. How do you say that, Kirsche?
I don't know. I would say Sathale, probably.
Sathel. Let's go with the 20. There's Lunduke right there.
He was sipping his sippy cup. I had to do it.
20 gifted memberships. That's awesome. That's spectacular. I'll put those on the wall right now. While we do an intro for everyone's insanity segment. Hey, it's time for today in video game history.
Today, in gaming history with Blabs.
That's me.
Okay, I made it back.
Fun. I saw you running.
I got him back. There we go. All right, Blabs, what do we have today? Because I do see a very, very, very good list of games. There's Blabs. There she is. Blabs is the one on the right, everybody.
Okay.
I watched that movie the other day, so now I understand that meme.
What's
That three-headed dragon thing. I just assumed it was like a Hydra from Kingdom Hearts or something, but apparently it's from Godzilla.
Blabs, do you know that?
No, but I hear ourselves.
Yeah, I do too. We're getting a little pushback.
I
from
hear
something.
ourselves.
Yeah. That's okay. Blabs, while we do that, why don't you give us a rundown of the games you chose today?
Right, okay, December 18th, everyone. Dragon Quest I was released in Japan in 1993. We have Mario Party Japan releasing back in 1998. And then Astro Boy Omega Factor was released in Japan in 2003. Ta-da!
Ta-da. All right, that's definitely coming from Lunduke, by the way.
What?
Yes.
Yeah. We're getting feedback from you, but that's
Of
okay.
course, the boomer has the tech issues.
Boomer. How about now? Is it better?
Yeah, that's way
Yeah,
better.
that's good. Thank you.
Excellent.
Cool. I literally, when the internet wasn't working, I was like, oh crap, the only thing that's working is through a cell phone. So I plugged in my microphone USB directly into my phone and said, will this work? So it's working, kind of.
Doing not bad. Well, hey,
Feeling ramshackling a little bit.
looking good, sounding better, which is good. Well, some noticeable games that you missed today, Blabs.
Did I, though?
You did. There was quite a few.
What do we got?
that you include, where are we? Right here. The greatness that is Cybernator for the Super Nintendo. One of the coolest
No.
SNES games. No, you don't know
No.
Cybernator?
Cybernator sucks.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. Let
You
it
never
go.
played it?
Yeah. Let it go.
Oh, okay. All right.
Let it go. Let it go, Craig. Cybernator sucks.
Sounds good. All right. Mega Man Legends released for the PlayStation right there.
Nope.
at 20
Sucks.
Oh, all right.
Let it go. Mega Man sucks.
Thank you, Lunduke.
Damn, bro.
You're welcome.
I need Lunduke on every day to defend my takes.
Blabs, the Pokemon trading card game.
Nope.
Can I just say it's really weird to play a trading card game on your Game Boy? Like, why not just play with the actual cards?
Right?
Okay, so in the defense of the Pokemon trading card game, it is actually a pretty decent representation of the game, and it is kind of fun to play on the go. There was a Neo Geo Pocket Color game that came out called Capcom versus SNK Card Fighters Clash, which was basically the Pokemon card trading game, but with like Street Fighter and whatnot. And that was actually pretty fun on the go too. So the trading card games in the handheld, it's not so bad. It's not.
I played the Yu-Gi-Oh trading card when I was a kid, and that's when I had the thought, like, why don't I just get the actual cards? I'm confused.
Yeah, your first mistake was playing the Yu-Gi-Oh thing. Don't do that one. That one's crap. You let it go.
Oh no.
Well, some other noticeable games that you missed today, which I'm waiting for Lunduke just to slice all these down. King of Fighters 2003.
Oh, that one's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, King of Fighters rules. SNK is awesome.
The follow-up to Nights into Dreams, Knight's Journey of Dreams, or the Wii.
Overrated, man. The whole Knights thing, way overrated.
Okay. Dissidia, Final Fantasy for the PSP.
Never played that one.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Maybe it's great. I don't know.
Harvest Moon DS, Grand
I was always
Bazaar.
told I would enjoy Harvest Moon, but I've never played it.
Oh, I think you would love it.
Probably.
This is looking like a Blab sweep to me right now because nothing on
Sweet
here.
and a sweep.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's a Neptunia game on there.
Neptunia.
What's the earliest game that's on here?
Down there, Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth.
Hyperdementia.
What the hell is that?
Yeah, Lunduke, when you see a video game title that is that has 75 letters in it,
Yeah, I'm not playing that.
yeah, how do
Yeah,
you
I'm not
feel
doing
about
it.
that?
I'm not playing it. It's not happening.
If I understand correctly, the Hyperdimension Neptunia games are basically like the console wars made into anime women. I only know about anything in the games through memes and from Azure Lane having a collab with them.
Okay. if that's truly the case and somebody took the console wars, no, are these the console wars of today or the console wars of the 90s?
Of like, I don't know because I haven't played them.
Okay. But I do like that it's, I guess, the 5th generation here of this, and it's been birthed 3 times. So,
Yes.
good.
Oh,
I
that's a lot
just
of
always
birthing,
like
man.
that every Japanese game, there's never someone in the boardroom that raises their hand and is like, I think that title's a little long.
Have you seen the titles of
500
light
words.
novels? They're like an entire novel in and of themselves. Titles get ridiculous.
I would just call it Console War with Anime Chicks. Like that's a better title. It tells you
That's a better
exactly what
title.
it is.
Yeah.
The Western sensibilities cannot handle the Japanese samurai titles.
Don't even know what's happening right there.
Nope.
It's
No
ridiculous.
clue.
Yes.
No clue at all.
Well, that, my friends, is today in video game history, which Lunduke rate Blabs' list today, if you would.
You know what, Blabs? You done good. This might be the first time I've seen you actually do good. This was good.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, you do.
Blabs is lower than me for once.
Like Blabs looks so disinterested. He's like, whatever.
I'm doing 5 things at once. Lunduke can insult me. It's all good.
What are you doing, Blabs?
I'll tell you later.
Oh, okay. All right, sounds good. Let's go.
Doing my taxes.
Yeah, just over here. Like,
Doing tax? I am dreading doing my taxes this year.
Yes.
My CPA hit me up and was like, hey, make sure you have all of this shit ready. And I was like, ugh.
there's nothing fun ever about handing over money you shouldn't have to hand over. Ever.
It's not even that, because like we do that on our quarterlies, but it's like getting all of just like the paperwork sorted to give to him at the end of the year.
I friggin' hate the quarterlies, man. It's like you have to do the yearly taxes every couple months. It's like you never get a break from it.
Yeah,
It sucks so much.
Anal fisting, and I'm tired of it.
I don't know if I'd necessarily use that particular metaphor, but yes, it's unpleasant.
Pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Multiple times a year.
So, and again, I want to be very clear here. We allowed the discussion of that particular topic, but not quotes from Terry Davis. I want to be very clear about where we're drawing the line
Doesn't
with
make the
words.
rules, YouTube does. All
Yes,
Okay. All right. Fine.
That'd be like homophobic or something, you know?
Yes, you're 100% right. I don't make the rules, right? Some 20-something woman in San Francisco makes the rules, right? We all understand how this works, all right. Hey, Dr. T is King says, Kirsche, the cards will cost you hundreds of dollars if you want to build a particular deck, and has more gotcha elements than the GBA DS games. Much more affordable and able to test decks that may cost more money to see if it works.
You know, that actually makes a lot of sense. If I was trying to like min-max and actually play for like tournaments and shit, having it on a handheld to like play virtually would probably be really fucking helpful.
Really, gosh darned helpful.
Yeah.
Hey, breaking news. We do have Lunduke actually frolicking through the meadows.
You never let us down.
Hey, give it up for Release the Kraken, which we will show potentially today. I can't wait to show this to you, which is great. But right now, friends, it is time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. It's time for Hard News. All right. The big news today coming out of the world of politics, which is crazy. This was, I didn't even know this was happening. I didn't know anything about this bill. I didn't know this suggestion, but it came out of nowhere last night. And I got to be honest, I am kind of on board with what's being thrown down here. As last night, the U.S. House passed legislation to criminalize transgender surgeries, hormones, and treatments for minors.
Hell yeah.
Let's fucking go. Something that should have just been obvious to everyone is now being codified.
As you can see, it passed 216 to 211.
That sounds about right.
Not have been that
Yeah.
close.
Yeah, the fact that it's that close is insane to me.
Well, I mean, it was always going to be a party line vote. I mean, that's just the way it was. There was always going to be one or two on the other side, but party line.
Yeah, apparently there were like, 4 Republicans that voted against it?
Yep. Yep. You
Vote
can
him
see
out. Get him out of here.
right here. Mike Lawler, Brian is from New York, Pennsylvania, Utah, of all things, and
Yeah.
Colorado. So
There's some weird stuff coming out of Utah lately.
Right. It does seem with Utah's being a little silly.
Very, very shaved side of the head, blue haired in Utah. It's surprising. It's really
That is
surprising.
surprising.
Yeah, well, it's the way Utah is divvied up. Even though it's a red state, they have really distinctly blue areas, and so you end up with representation from Utah that is just crazy hard to the left. And it's almost like they have an emotional reaction to the fact that they're run essentially by Republicans and Mormons by going more to the left than almost even California goes. It's weird.
That kind of sounds similar to New Hampshire, where like a lot of the
Yeah.
local delegates are Republican, but then when they get like the state representatives to go elsewhere, those are typically Democratic.
Kind of, yeah.
So I think it's important to kind of let you know what's actually in this bill and why it was passed. This actually comes from the Congressional Equality Caucus, which is achievement. It says achieving. They're committed to achieving the full enjoyment of human rights and LGBTQI plus for people in the U.S. and around the world. This is an official government entity here. So I think it's important to hear what they say is in the bill here. It says the so-called Protect Children's Innocent Act, which, by the way, I do feel,
Good name.
yes, I do feel that the branding on this in particular is on point. We see branding fail so often when it comes to this stuff, but the Protect Children's Innocent Act is a bill from Republican anti-trans extremist Marjorie Taylor Greene.
You're an extremist if you don't want to mutilate kids. Hot take.
Apparently.
Right. Says, while millions of Americans are about to lose their health care because of the Republican health care crisis,
Yay!
all capitalized, House Republicans want to throw doctors in prison and rip care away from a vulnerable minority. Here's what the bill would do. Now, as we go through here, I would love to hear your thoughts on if you are on board with this bill. They say, the bill would criminalize providing transgender-related health care to any trans person under 18. If the bill were to become law, any medical professional who provides certain medical care like puberty-delaying medications or hormone therapy to a young trans person could be fined or face up to 10 years in prison.
Yes. That's a good number.
That is a good number.
In some cases, even parents could be imprisoned. Right here.
I feel like 10 years is not enough if you are hormonally sterilizing a child. But
10 years is enough to dissuade someone. If like you come at it and you say maybe you'll get a year in prison, they'll be like, well, I'll get out 3 months on good behavior with some probation. 3 months is no big deal, but 10 years
actually makes you think about it.
Yeah, you're gonna like wait a minute. Oh, okay, and it's 10 years per instance. Right. So it stacks, right? And they don't run, they're non-concurrent and they stack. So in theory, if you're responsible for 10 of them, that's 100-year sentence.
That is great.
Well, this has a lot of people up in arms, by the way. And by the way, this is coming from like I think we're all on the same page here. This idea of, hey, how about you just let kids be kids and let them grow out of it? Because that's what happens like most of the time. There's all this that say if you just go through puberty, you kind of get through it, or you either get through the whole just gender dysphoria thing, or you just are gay. And it's like, okay, then okay. But
the hormonal replacement thing has always confused me because doctors are not, from my understanding, are not allowed to harm their patients, and I don't understand at any age. Excuse me, how giving someone the opposite hormones is a benefit. Like I'm trying to understand how that.
So the logic is, if you don't give them the hormones, they'll be so depressed that they'll kill themselves.
But that's not up to the doctor.
No. But that's the logic they use.
No,
and
I know,
all the
but
documentation.
It's flawed, though.
It is flawed and it's stupid, but that's part of why we need this law.
Like that's
So-
not up to a doctor to be that would be a mental health care professional, not the doctors themselves.
You know, I have an interesting question because I don't know where the streamer guy lives. There's a streamer and I forget his name, but he basically got like incentivized by his chat throwing money at him to go down the trans pipeline. Finster, that's his name. And he set up a charity thing recently that's going to like help transgender kids get hormones. I don't know if that's in the US or the UK, but if that's in the US, I feel like this new legislature kind of puts an entire stop to that, right?
Sounds like it.
One would hope.
Yeah, absolutely. Continuing on with this, it says if the bill's passed, talk about the 10 years. It says the same medical care would remain available to young, and there's the slur here, cisgender patients. I can't stand that term. It's such a gross term. They said politicians like Marjorie Taylor Greene shouldn't get to decide what kind of health care you or your child can access, especially when every major U.S. medical association supports trans people's access to health care. If this bill were to become law, that's exactly what would happen, and parents could face jail time for simply doing what was medically best for the kid. There's the gaslighting
Parents
there.
should face jail time for child abuse. This is abnormal.
Come on.
You know, I actually do agree with this. Politicians should not have to decide on this stuff. Here's the problem, is that things have gotten so Looney Tunes that you have to make you have to put this, codify this, that this is abuse. Like, so you're right. Politicians shouldn't have to do this, but you're so insane that you've made this happen. It's on you, you dummies.
You dummies.
You idiot.
But what a bunch of dummy goobers.
That's right.
I love the word gooba.
Well, people have not been happy about this at all, including several media outlets. Let's go to the bustling pop culture media outlet Pop Flop.
What the fart is a pop flop?
I don't know. It's a Twitter handle. It says the House of Representatives has unfortunately passed the Protect Children's Innocent Act.
What a sentence.
Like, golly. That is like, I love that some intern wrote that. It was like, oh, they unfortunately passed the Protect Children's Innocence Act.
Oh,
They're finally getting it.
Since this isn't like a communist bill, it's not even a subversive language that you can poke fun of. It just is what it is.
Right. What were we saying,
No, they're
Phoenix?
finally getting it because like they're finally understanding how to play this game. Even though this one actually makes sense, but it's the same as like BLM. It's like it's hard to. It was always hard to fight against Black Lives Matter because if you said that, then you're like, what? You're against black people? You're like, no, that's not what we're saying. You know. So they're starting to learn that language matters. How you use it can be extremely effective.
Yeah.
Well, yes, it comes down to branding, and that's one thing that I feel the branding is so paramount on this, and I think the branding on this is actually really, really great because when you see an outlet saying, "Well, they unfortunately passed the Protect Children's Innocence Act," people are like,
And people are like, hold on, wait a minute, run that back again.
Right. So we have this retweeted here from Wooith over here, who is the one woke girl who has hot takes. So let's just keep that in mind about her.
Oh, that
Okay.
reply guys, all of us actually, like
But-
alongside like the other people during like harassment campaigns and stuff.
Oh, you know this person?
I recognize their name from yelling into the void to try and become like Nyara and Bint.
Okay. Well, that's definitely what they're doing here. To where they said trans people already have the same rights as everyone else. Meanwhile, U.S. government, to which Asmongold, your
Of course.
yes, came in, says you don't have the right to groom children and mutilate their bodies. This isn't a right that straight people have either. The fact that the vote was as close as is sick. And
I agree. He's been on a rampage recently.
He has. He has absolutely been on a rampage. To which this person tried to, and I think this is like a really great example of this being. This is not a 215 to 211 thing, right? In real life, you can get 426 people, however many people there are that are voting on this. You can get that people, and it is not that close of a vote at all, right? This is a 90-10 issue, maybe, where you walk around to people and you're like, hey, should you be cutting off children's breasts? People are like, what? Like, nobody is into this idea.
But when you change cutting off children's breasts to gender affirming care, suddenly everyone's like, well, I don't want to lose my job. So yeah, I'm all for it.
Right. And it goes back to the branding, gender affirming care, right? Yep. You add care associated with it. And it's like, oh, okay, there you go. Right.
Oh, yes. Very important.
So where this person who is a Looney Tune as is, says, fine dispute, right to groom children. I don't know. Christians exist and groom children to dispute reality constantly. Mutilate children, puberty blockers, really? The same thing cisgender children have. It's and once again, just totally ratioed over here. You can't argue.
Just think of that the millennial woes tweet, right? The like leftist discourse is just pretending to not understanding things, just making discourse impossible.
It's like, ridiculous.
You know that when regular kids are given a hormone replacement therapy, not as a transgender thing, it's because there's something actually wrong with them that needs to be fixed through giving them the correct hormones.
Truly disturbed individuals. And I love when they try and defend it. They go on the offense against anyone who happens to have a religion or a faith. Like they're trying to equate church with chopping off genitals and putting puberty blockers in people. Like, how are those possibly comparable? How, like, it's not just apples and oranges. That's like comparing Toyotas and the universe. It's like it doesn't make any sense.
We talk about how, you know, there are only two biological sexes and they're just like, well, intersex exists. It's like, okay, a statistical anomaly with a medical defect, unfortunately, right? Like, you don't want those people to have that thing, but that doesn't, that you don't
it's weird.
Astronomical improbability into consideration.
Right? Like, have you heard about hermaphrodites? Like, yeah, it's weird. It's not supposed to happen. It's a fluke. Yeah.
It's the same with, like, what is a woman? And you talk about them having, like, a womb. Like, oh, what if you got a hysterectomy? Is that not a woman anymore? It's like, shut the fuck up. Holy shit.
Well, there's more. And Kirsche, thank you for this link right here. This is great. I didn't see this. Breaking: RFK Jr. announced he signed a directive banning transgender surgeries for minors nationwide. Let's see what he has to say here. I have not seen this.
Doctors assume a solemn obligation to protect children. Yet doctors across the country now provide needless and irreversible sex-rejecting procedures that violate their sacred Hippocratic oath by endangering the very lives that they are sworn to safeguard. The American Medical Association, the American Academy of Pediatrics, peddled the lie that chemical and surgical sex-rejecting procedures could be good for children who suffer from gender dysphoria. They betrayed the estimated 300,000 American youth ages 13 to 17, conditioned to believe that sex can be changed. They betrayed their Hippocratic oath to do no harm. So-called gender-affirming care has inflicted lasting physical and psychological damage on vulnerable young people. This is not medicine, it is malpractice. Yeah. We're done with junk science driven by ideological pursuits, not the well-being of children. Peer-reviewed report published by the HHS Office of the Assistant Secretary for Health last month confirms that sex-rejecting procedures impose medical dangers and lasting harm on children who receive these interventions. So today we are taking 6 decisive actions, guided by gold standard science and the week 1 executive order from President Trump to protect children from chemical and surgical mutilation. This morning, I signed a declaration: sex-rejecting procedures are neither safe nor effective treatment for children with gender dysphoria.
Awesome. Yeah, clap for that. Yeah. I voted for this.
That's pretty crazy to see. So we have like the dual-pronged thing happening where it's in Congress for voting to get rid of this, and then he's also signing something?
Yeah, it's the strategy. And I guarantee you there's going to be another executive order coming out from Trump around this. Like, they hit it from every point. So that way, when the Democrats want to bring this to court, they're going to have to try and fight this in the House, fight this in the Senate, fight this at the HHS, and fight this at the executive level. And they're going to have to fight it every single place. And if they fail in any one of those, it's too bad. It's already the law of the land.
Yeah, that's a great thing to see.
Well, this is amazing. And while he was speaking, I just go back to, look, we all understand this is 100% a social contagion, right? We've seen this since social media has become a thing. This is the equivalent of the goths that we knew in high school that except instead of putting on black eyeliner, now they're, chopping up their wee-wees, right? Which I think this graph really shows you everything you need to know about this. This is the courtesy of Grok here. The rise of youth gender clinic referrals. This is back in 2009, 2010. There was 100 in 2000. This is in 2022, 5,000, which means I asked what was the percentage increase? 4,900%.
I don't know. Gaslight you into believing that increase isn't abnormal. It's just because they feel more comfortable coming out now.
Right. Right. Yes.
Yeah. Right. Right. That's definitely what's happening. Yeah.
Well, you were talking about Lunduke. You're talking about the possibility of this actually happening, and that was a question of like, okay, what is the likelihood of this actually becoming a law? To become a law, it now must go through the Senate.
Right.
Which by simple majority, if no filibuster, but 60 votes are typically required to overcome a filibuster, and then be signed by President Trump, who would almost certainly sign it given his campaign promises. Right. However, the likelihood of enactment is low for these reasons. Senate dynamics. This is courtesy of Grok saying Republicans hold a narrow majority, approximately 53 seats, but the bill is highly partisan. So Democrats are likely to filibuster, and Republicans lack the 60 votes needed to make it happen.
That's going to be the big sticking point is the filibuster. Yeah.
Can we just take a moment to think about how absurd it is that not mutilating children is a partisan issue?
Yes.
Yeah, it's super absurd, but it's the world we live in. I mean, this hasn't made sense for a long time. It's just nonsense.
I agree. But when you actually sit and think about it for a second, the insanity is just, how have we gone on for so long in this manner? This is crazy.
It's nuts.
I don't think anybody. Go ahead, Phoenix.
I was going to say, to me, this is always just stressing my point that I've been saying for decades: the importance of culture. That look at what culture can do. It will actually, you will voluntarily chop your dick off in record numbers, and you'll have the entire world having to try to fight against it. That's the importance of culture. That look at it right now, we're on the losing side, and so you have record number of people trying to become a different gender or whatever. That's because we lost sight of it. We lost control of it, and it's spiraling out of control now. And I think, if anything, it just should show you how important it is to reclaim that culture, because you wouldn't have this problem. We had some control over that.
I agree with you guys 100%. And the idea that why did this take this long? Why did it take this long for somebody to be like, we should really put this in a bill, put this in at least vote on this?
Well, because anyone who spoke out against this craziness, they were defamed, they were depersoned, they lost their jobs, they lost credentials. Nobody wanted to stand up and say anything. And it makes me feel like a lot of the Republican representatives we have are, just rhinos, right? They say the things their constituents want to hear, but then they do nothing about it. And I can get behind, you're making funny memes and you're making posts that I agree with on social media, and that's great. That shows you're in tune with at least what the culture is like. But as a regular layperson, all I can really do is tweet and inform people about what's happening. You, as an elected representative, can actually fucking do something about it. So instead of just tweeting, please do something.
Right.
Yeah, I think most people are still afraid to speak out. As weird as that sounds, most people are still I was talking to a guy who will remain nameless for the moment, but he's a kind of a popular YouTuber, and he has over the last, several years stayed very quiet about political things, even though he is a very conservative, very Christian, very religious guy. And he has been kind of attacked by a lot of people on the extreme left, and he's terrified about stoking that flames. He's terrified to make even the slightest comment, saying, oh, trans seems a little weird or anything like that, even just slightly political, because he's afraid they're going to come after him. He's afraid he's going to get demonetized on YouTube. He's afraid they're going to attack him constantly. He's afraid that they're going to attack his house because so many of us get death threats every single week. He's afraid that that's going to happen to him and his family. So he stays quiet, and he's the majority. That's the majority of people out there.
Pussies.
Is they're afraid. No, they're
I mean,
being
I'm
realistic
gonna
about
say,
protecting their kids. Like,
I understand where he's coming from, because
Where
again,
does this
I
go
went
if
through
you
this
keep
this
doing
year,
that?
and I'm pretty fucking milquetoast as far as things go, right? I said some things about trans activists. I make a delineation between people who have a mental illness and people who are using it for like ideology or fetish reasons. And I make edgy jokes, right? Like I say edgy things on occasion. And
Yeah.
this was enough to have a group of retards online harass my sponsors to the point where I lost one of them. Thankfully, the ones that mattered stood behind me. But like, they harassed my sponsors. There were cabals of like other content creators trying to struggle session my sponsors and other people who were friends with me to get rid of me, to ditch me because I'd be bad for you know, just any kind of involvement. There were people who were like, oh, I can't shill my products for my sponsor because they're associated with this animated Fox woman. And it's like, what? I have nothing to do with you or your products. Like, we're completely siloed off from one another, man. Like, just keep doing your thing. This is weird.
People,
like,
yeah,
I got
it
death
is.
threats. I left my apartment. Like, it's crazy. And
It's
it's something
nuts.
just as milquetoast as me. Like, I understand him being scared, but if everybody capitulates to that fear instead of speaking out, that's what gives these people power. So even after everything I've went through this year, even after everything I've had to deal with, everything I'm still dealing with because the lies about me get repeated in perpetuity, they keep getting crazier and crazier, I would do it all over again because I'm not going to be silenced by people using fear to shut me up.
Two quick points. The first is that a cartoon fox woman dressed like a prostitute while swearing like a sailor just
In a
described
swimsuit.
herself as milquetoast, which I thought was maybe the best thing I've seen all week. The second is the cartoon fox prostitute is absolutely correct about this.
Stop calling her a prostitute, please. Thank you.
she's totally right, and I think people like Kirsche, people like me, and a lot of others speaking out about this act as the poop shield, right? Until people see a large enough number of people like Side Scrollers, Podcasts, and Kirsche, and more recently like DHH and some other tech personalities coming out and saying, this is nuts. I'm going to go ahead and just speak the obviousness, and I'm going to get attacked for it. And I'm going to get poo flung at the angry monkeys at me because of it. Until people see that, they're going to be afraid to speak out themselves because they're afraid that they're going to be the targets. But if we stand up and we are the targets and we are the loudest, most visible, just siren on top of our head targets, we act as a shield for all the normal people who don't have the hundreds of thousands of followers or whatever, where they can just stand up and say, yeah, you know what, this is a bit crazy, and they can feel a little bit more comfortable doing it without the fear of losing their job or having their kids harassed at school or having their house attacked. And that's kind of the important thing. I mean, I think, like, for me, I never even covered this stuff. I covered like retro computing and enterprise technology.
MMOs. I wasn't a politics person, you know?
Same. I didn't touch it at all. And the only reason that Craig gets it, we didn't touch this stuff. The only reason I started doing it is because I let slip a few times that I was a little bit right of center, right? Like it filtered in and people picked up on that. So I started getting emails from people like, hey, I'm an executive over at Microsoft and I just want to say thanks for having a right-leaning voice out there, but I don't feel comfortable speaking up. Or people would just say, hey, you know what? I agree. They're nuts out there. The BLM protesters and everyone else, they're nuts, but I can't speak up. I'm afraid to. And so that kind of convinced me, like, well, someone has to, right? Someone has to be the poop shield. And it falls on people wearing baseball hats and cartoon prostitutes with fox ears.
Yeah, I mean, like, my political inclinations were always probably kind of known, because even when I was playing MMOs, like waiting for dungeons or getting groups together, I would read articles and like just occasionally talk about things, but it wasn't like an overwhelming part of my content until it was like, all right, now they're trying to ruin like the last bastion of entertainment that I cared about. So I'm kind of tired, man. I'm kind of real tired.
Yeah.
I kind of wish everyone would stop being lazy pussies. So here's the thing. So here's the thing, that normal people were the majority. We were the majority. Like normalcy, there was a time when like we actually owned everything. We remember we used to laugh at like the fat bearded bitch. Like that was a kind of a funny thing we would say, right? Like there's actually in movies and stuff like that. Okay. And then when we'd see something creep in that was weird, we didn't say anything. And we kept saying nothing. Then there's a black national anthem. We keep saying nothing. We keep just letting things go over and over and over again. Then we're surprised that there's a violent mob outside that now actually has some form of control, that now when we say something, we're scared to say anything even more. And so now what do? We shut up even more. And so they grow in numbers. Everyone is lazy pussies. Right now is your time to speak. You should be speaking nonstop. If you're afraid, that's exactly when you should be talking, because, by the way, it's going to get way worse if they have any form of power. So everyone stop being lazy pussies. That's what I'd say.
Hard agree. And like I've been saying recently that I actually hate...
Phoenix is right.
I hate the people who are like, oh, I just want to grill and be left alone and don't want to focus on politics. It's like, well, if you just want to grill, you have to pay attention. You have to defend your right to just want to grill.
What's
because,
grilling?
Like, these people
like having a barbecue, or like is that a slang for something?
Like, no, it's a turn of phrase, right? Like people just want to be left alone. They just want to grill. They just want to play video games, whatever.
Oh,
whatever you do.
Gotcha.
Right. So they're just like, oh, I just want to grill. I want to be left alone. You know, you leave me alone. I leave you alone. We'll live in harmony. But it's like, as long as there's people that don't want to leave you alone and they want to fuck up your grill, right? They want to be like, oh, well, you can't use real meat. You're gonna have to use the soy beef. You're gonna have to use the 3D printed whatever microplastic lesbian meat, right? Like, they're not gonna leave you alone.
Microplastic lesbian meat.
And so sticking your head in the ground and being like, I don't want to care about politics, I just want to grill, you're not going to be able to. They're not going to let you. You have to fight for your ability to continue doing that.
Thank you.
And I think though we are seeing a lot of that happening right now. And I think a lot of it has really kicked off. Like in the tech world, it really kicked off this summer. This last summer, all of a sudden, tech leaders started speaking out and resharing Lunduke Journal stuff, right? And they started really getting into it. And now there's not just 2 or 3 people in the tech space being the poop shield. Now there's 30 or 40 prominent names that are doing it, and we're getting legislation. Like, not only do we have, more conservative control over things, we're seeing legislation like Protecting the Children Innocent Act. We have stuff on the other side of things about like the Granite Act and other things coming through, and we're actually seeing real movement. It's not just politicians out there right now on Twitter going
not New Year's night with Ninja.
Right. It's real. Like it's seeing real action. And I think so many of us have become so jaded and accustomed to nothing getting done, all the politicians sitting on their hands, playing lip service to the things we want to see, but not doing anything. No one else in media speaking out, that we just come to expect it. But that's changing right now. We're really seeing that ramp up. Like the Lunduke Journal's view numbers have more than doubled since just, I want to say August or something like that. I mean, it goes up several million every single month now. And that's not because I got any better. If anything, I'm probably lazier lately than I normally am. But it's because more people are getting tuned into all the issues. More people are comfortable sharing links out to stories where we're talking about the craziness of trans mafia type stuff. And people are feeling comfortable about it. For the first time in years, people are feeling comfortable pointing at those crazy issues and saying that's nuts. And that's encouraging to me.
Well, it's safe now.
Encouraging, and we shouldn't delegitimize the strides we've made and the wins we've had. But I still agree with Phoenix. Like, more people need to speak out, especially as the tide is turning. Because if you don't, especially when more support is on the side of normalcy and sanity, then you're not doing yourself or anyone that you claim to care about any favors.
Yeah, I don't know how you're protecting your kids by living in a world of fear. Like, that's only going to get worse. So sorry, be a fucking adult and get out there and fight. You fucking pussies.
Get a really
All of
good
you.
security system. Get a bunch of cameras. Get some firearms. Right, be able to defend yourself.
Yes.
Well, bringing this back to video games, which I
Sorry.
Well, look, I've said this all along. The video game industry was the first to adopt this. They'll be the last to let go of it, right?
Yeah.
This is an industry that is steep with Looney Tunes all over the place. People who are depressed, they are looking for acceptance from somewhere, so they gravitate to somewhere that is loving and will accept you and push you into their weird cult. It's for that I bring you David Jaffe, creator of the God of War series, who also has a trans kid. He, by the way, also has blocked me because I think he's a piece of shit parent. And I said that publicly, and he thinks I'm a piece of shit for thinking he's a piece of shit. But that's fine. He responded with, and if this becomes law, many kids will suffer and some will choose to check out. The length politicians will go to prioritize anything that benefits them, even if it comes at the cost of our most vulnerable. And here's the branding thing, most vulnerable. If you're out there and are trans, please know there are many of us who have your back and think this is horrible and cruel right here. I am so sick and tired of hearing the phrase most vulnerable when it comes to this. It is the branding on this is on point, and it makes you feel like you're doing something bad when you say, oh, someone's vulnerable here.
The vulnerable, the underrepresented, the marginalized, that kind of language.
Yes, it's constant. And it's like, really? You are the most vulnerable? The people who have entire months, that have entire months dedicated to you, that have entire, like, you go through the calendar and it's like 33% of the year is dedicated to where you want to put your dick. Like, that doesn't make any sense at all.
Like, waterheads don't get a fucking month. They don't even get a day.
See, I need to have that arrangement with my husband, right? Like, we need multiple months where that's all you're doing, okay?
Well, he is not happy about this at all. And he has been ratioed many times over in this tweet here as he's quoted, because he is not the majority here at all. At all. Because, once again, this is a 90-10 issue here. And when you see the social contagion that we showed the chart earlier of this being a 5,000% increase, people see right through this stuff. Most people see right through this stuff. And we see this as kids can't consent to being mutilated in such a manner. If you're not old enough to get a tattoo, then you shouldn't be able to make life-altering changes. This does not seem like that hardcore of a statement here.
But he, as a parent of a trans kid, he cannot and he will not ever change his mind on this.
Correct.
And the reason isn't the support of the trans kid. The reason is that he, at some deep down fundamental level, feels incredibly guilty, right? And so he has to work really, really hard to overcome that guilt, to convince himself by convincing other people that he did nothing wrong. Correct. And that's the position that he's in. So it doesn't matter how logical Craig is. It doesn't matter how logical any politician is. He's going to double down and triple down on protect the trans kids forever now, because he's never going to have grandkids, and this is the last thing he's got. His grandkid hopes are shot because he's got trans kids, and he's going to have to feel bad until he dies because he did that to his kid. And that's it for him.
That's actually a great way to explain it. Like having to continuously convince themselves that they did the right thing, because somewhere in them they know that they didn't, but they can never admit that.
I mean, wouldn't you feel awful? It's like I know so many parents who gave their kids at a very young age, and I don't mean to go too far down the vaccine thing, but gave their kids a lot of vaccines at a young age, and it didn't work out that well. Then those parents felt really bad about it, but they can either choose to try to fight against it or something like that, or they triple down, and that seems to be what happens almost channels more often is, well, that's an outlier, and vaccines are still really good, and they really, really push it hard because they felt bad about it. And the trans things is a million times more extreme than any of that, like a bazillion times more extreme than any of that. And there's no coming out of that. They're stuck. They're going to feel awful about themselves until they die. And I feel horrible about the parents, for the parents and the kids. They both really screwed up. They both did awful things to themselves and to their children. But man, what an awful way to live from here on out.
I mean, you can see this when you watch like the I Am Jazz show as well. You can see that even when Jazz starts talking about how he might have some kind of regret and how he feels, not in control of his own body and he doesn't know who he is, his mother will just continue tripling down about, this is what you wanted. You wanted this. This is the path that you decided to take. And it's like, well, no, because he was a child when all of this started. I'm pretty sure when he was still Desmond was his original name. He was like 7 when all of the like social transitioning stuff started.
Golly. What's crazy to me is how many in the tech industry, so all those game companies that are now owned by Microsoft, they all now have under their medical policy, which filtered down from Microsoft, trans therapy for toddlers. For 2 and 3-year-olds. And I've been covering this for a while now. And what boggles my mind is that it doesn't seem to matter what happens. Microsoft, which includes, Activision and all the brands underneath them, they keep doubling down on that, saying, no. 3-year-olds need to begin the process of getting sex changes. And they had white papers about this. There's an entire group inside Microsoft that's a support group to encourage parents to get 3-year-olds sex changes. That's an actual thing. That's not like a weird made up conspiracy theory. Like, they're proud of it. Like, I've published screenshots after screenshots and document after document. They love it. And it's amazing to me that happens.
His original name was Jaren. I guess I didn't remember because Jaren doesn't
name.
sound like a real
That's
name.
That's not a real name. Yeah, that's a made up name.
Sounds like a Mortal Kombat character.
It does sound like a Mortal. Yeah, finish him.
That's what they're looking to do with these kids.
That's what they. Yeah.
So I did want to really quick touch on some of the responses here that Jaffe has had to all this. I think it's important to kind of see the back and forth and the logic that they feel like they have here. It's honestly kind of amazing if I'm looking at this objectively. He says,
lay it on me, Craig.
Yeah, sure. So here we go. If a child believes they're the wrong gender, that was pushed on them from an outside source, and it's morally wrong to enable such behavior. Let them wait until adulthood to alter their life so drastically. This is in response to him. This is number one. Nobody pushed this on my kids. My kids grew up with Disney Channel, blockbuster movies, and mainstream TV. There were no trans kids that I ever saw on those shows, and I was a very involved parent. Sure, which means they got it somewhere else, right?
Right.
They got it from YouTube. They got it from social media. Right. They got one of their friends, maybe. That's the one. That's the question I have for Jaffe. How many of your kids' friends use pronouns? Are say cisgendered? Are trans?
Well, it's like he's also saying, my kids grew up with Disney Channel, and I did as well. I watched Disney Channel. I watched Nickelodeon. I watched Cartoon Network. Cartoon Network has those like anti-racist bumpers. They have those inclusivity bumpers. So Cartoon Network was definitely pumping the propaganda out during kids' cartoon time.
Right. And it's funny to kind of see where he goes with this. And it always goes back to political party. This person says kids can't consent to being mutilated in such a manner. Right. There it is. We talked about the adult. He says you don't have any experience with this. You've allowed yourself to simply be pushed along on the current of your chosen political party, which I think this is such a low-hanging, just generic statement here.
Yeah, that's such a weird thing to say, because it's like it doesn't have anything to do with your political party. It has to do with you don't want to castrate children, whether that be chemically or actually.
Just the idea that, this is a little thing, a left or right thing, right? Just this idea that. Well, if you don't think that boys can be girls, then you're Republican. Okay? Like that's really the line now? Is
Well,
that
I guess we just all have to be Republican then. I mean, if that's what it is, like I don't belong to a political party, but if that's the rules, then I guess I have to be Republican. Like I'm okay, fine.
Well, this is a great first step. I think we can all agree on that. That's a good thing to see, and we'll see if it gets codified. And honestly, I would love to see some of these doctors tossed in jail because they are violating their Hippocratic oath, literally from the T of simply just do no harm, and harm is being done.
I think a big problem, like it's great if doctors like in the US are going to start getting thrown in jail for this shit. But a big problem is that like other places in the medical industry, there's obviously going to other countries to get these procedures. And when you listen to the stories of some of the people who got convinced to get these procedures over in like the Philippines or Turkey or some other country that I'm probably not remembering the name of right now, they have zero like aftercare. So if something goes wrong and they try to get in touch with their doctor's just like, well, not my problem. And so they end up like mutilated and suffering from tons of complications, and the doctor is just like, well, got my bag, you can fuck off now.
You know, this is actually a really good point here. As I was scrolling and listening to you, Kirsche, we see this post here. U.S. House passes bill to ban transgender surgeries for children, right? And what's the one thing that we've heard? That's not happening.
If it's not happening, then it shouldn't be a problem to ban it, right?
Right,
Yeah, it's
right.
fine.
Why are they so upset if no one's performing them to begin with, right? I think that's a really good point. Right?
Yep.
So, anyway, there we go. That's the big story for the day for you guys, which is just absolutely crazy. We have another big story here that just dropped.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, this is kind of interesting. We'll get to that in a second. But first,
Is that Ryan Higa of Niga Higa fame?
Yeah.
What's that?
Oh, that's super chat that I
his
just
channel
pulled up.
on YouTube
Yeah, nigga higga.
that you said you were gonna get to in a minute.
Oh,
Did you just say the word you said I can't say?
Yeah,
No,
I'm sorry.
no, we said Ryan Higa's channel, so
Yeah,
it's
that's
okay.
his YouTube channel.
Yeah, wait till you see that clip.
It's a long eye, not a short eye.
What?
Lunduke and I heard
here,
exactly
Lunduke.
what we needed to hear.
Yep.
I'm with you on that.
I said his YouTube name.
We
I
have,
was just quoting Terry Davis. So
Lexicon came in. We have a meme Blabs here.
We do. I put it on here, our assets, so I wouldn't lose it.
Oh, there it is. Hey, speaking of, I just released the McCracken came in after this $50 super. I'll roll this here in just a second, Blabs. Evil Black Cat. Go read that off while I write this down real quick.
Okay. I can only hope we look back at these surgeries in far worse regard as we do lobotomies. On a side note, has our favorite cartoon Frosty Foxy heard of the massive pepperoni in Naples? Some claim it's just because of shadows, but that's a lie.
You know, I think somebody in chat said foxtitude, and I think that's a way better word to use. But also, yeah, I've been saying that I think we're gonna look back at transgender surgeries like lobotomies for well before I even started streaming, because it is an insane medical experiment upon people who cannot even consent to having a medical experiment done to them.
Man, I don't wish that's a thing, but I absolutely see that being a thing because lobotomies, they were like the rage for like a decade, and then they went from being the thing to being outright banned in like a decade.
Yeah, didn't they even lobotomize like one of the Kennedy kids? I mean, like everyone was doing
her lobotomy too.
That's crazy.
Well, she was lobotomized because she was promiscuous and sleeping around with.
Like, are you going to listen to somebody about how much they love their lobotomy after they got one? Because I feel like you can't trust their judgment anymore.
Right. I love the drooling from their mouth. Hey,
I've also said back in the day that like it feels as if children who have been trans then like put through this entire butchery thing and end up detransing later on. Sometimes it makes me feel like we're going to start seeing those children get rid of their parents and possibly the doctors that did it to them.
Rob Reiner.
2 in a clock tower sort of scenarios.
Yeah.
Well, on a happier note, thanks to Evil Black Cat, we now get an opportunity to see Lunduke frolicking in the meadow. Look at him go, everybody.
I don't see nothing.
I like that he's got the
I see
fluffy
nothing.
boxers.
Oh my word. All right, my belly's not that big.
You got like a Jack Black in your belly going on.
But you know what? I do have a little bit of a belly. It's not that big though.
Whenever I get put into AI, I gain about 50
Dude,
pounds.
look how happy I look right there. Maybe I do need fox ears.
It's like Lunduke and Jack Black had a baby.
God, that would be a really weird baby.
That would be a really weird baby.
That'd be a weird baby. This is why me and Jack don't have kids.
You would have big brains and you'd have a great singing voice.
But then one of the dads would also unfortunately be Jack Black.
But Jack Black doesn't have big brains.
Well, thank you to release the McCracken for that.
Yes, thank you so much. Release the McCracken. Oh my gosh.
All right, we're going to scroll some of your supers on the bottom. Blabs has already been doing that, but just know we appreciate any and all support today because, look, I would love to stop down and read every single one of them, but we got a good thing going here with Lunduke and Kirsche today, and I want to make sure they're talking as much as possible, and I shut up. So
I feel like we've kind of been railroading here. Like it's just been the two of us yapping.
Yeah, the Kirsche Lunduke show is pretty tight.
We're gonna make this happen. We're gonna turn this into a regular thing.
I would definitely get a subscription to Kirsche Lunduke Plus, is what I'm saying.
There we go. Maybe we'll do it over on Side Scrollers Plus. That's a great idea. Sign you guys to big multi-million-dollar deals. It'll be great.
About time.
Yeah. Oh man. Hey, here's the other big news that is coming down. Apparently, on top of this Protecting Children's Innocent Act, we have a new act that is happening that is expected to release the Epstein files as soon as tomorrow, per the Epstein Files Transparency Act.
Are we going to finally stop getting Democrats releasing things redacted that we had unredacted like 7 years ago? Is that finally going to stop happening?
Listen, these are great questions that I don't know the answer to, but we are here, right here. This is it on congress.gov here. This was put forth by Roe over there in the Democrat from California. As you can see, it's been introduced, passed Senate to president, and now it's at the point of becoming law, which is good. It says the bill requires the Department of Justice to publish in a searchable and downloadable format all unclassified records, documents, communications, and investigative materials in DOJ's possession that relate to the investigation and prosecution of Jeffrey Epstein. This includes 1, materials that relate to what's her name? Ghislaine
Maxwell.
Jizz on the lane, Maxwell.
Yes. 2, flight logs and travel records, and 3, individuals named and or referenced, including government officials, in connection with the investigation and prosecution of Jeffrey Epstein. DOJ is permitted to withhold certain information, such as the personal information of victims and materials that would jeopardize an active federal investigation. And there's the asterisk right there. Additionally,
it's hard. It's really hard. I mean, if you've got if there's a lot of victims here, man, a lot of people who are a lot of girls who are wronged. It's really hard. You don't want to out every single one of them, but at the same time, you want to get all the other information out. So it's tricky. I get it. It's tricky.
Well, why don't you just not include their names on it?
So here's the thing. This is pretty standard if in like rape cases and whatnot. If you've got a woman who was sexually raped or trafficked in some way, she may not want her name out there. She may want to protect her identity. She may want to protect her family. She may want to protect she may just be, traumatized by the whole deal. And realistically, the victims in the case have to be the first priority of who we protect. Like, we hate all the people that were involved with Epstein. We want to see them all in jail or something forever. Like, we're all on board with that. But first things first, we have to protect the victims. And that includes honoring their wishes, which does make it kind of hard. So the government needs to work behind the scenes to determine who does and does not consent to having their names published if they were one of the victims. That's a tricky bit.
My thing is, like, with how horribly the Epstein files have been handled, with how everything's been delayed, with like that really weird influencer fucking photo op thing they did at the White House, with how Bondi was supposed to go after the FBI after they didn't turn the files over to her. First of all, I don't think the files even really exist in any sort of like reasonable manner anymore.
Nope.
I think the FBI or whoever has probably already destroyed anything that would actually incriminate anyone we actually want to face
I think you're probably
consequences
right.
for doing any of this.
Yeah.
I don't think Ghislaine is going to sing like a canary anymore. I don't think anybody's even putting pressure on her anymore. And I think that even if they released something at this point, with how fucking absurdly terribly it's been handled by literally everyone involved, Trump himself included, no one's going to believe it. No one is going to believe the files unless it has specific names of people they wanted to be on the list. And if it doesn't include those names, they're going to be like, it's not real. This isn't it. There's more.
I mean, just the same. We've got to release whatever can be released, right? Like without maybe certain victims' names if they don't want it to be released, because we have to honor that. But otherwise, get all the other documents out there as best as they exist, so that people can hopefully eventually move on. I guess. I don't know.
I guess, but I feel like we're going to be hearing about the Epstein files probably 10 years.
Oh,
from
forever.
Now.
Shoot.
Like it's just going to be something that people can deflect to now whenever they want to have like a talking point in a.
It's Epstein and JFK, and it's going to be added to the small pile of weird American criminal acts that will be conspiratorialized for the next 200 years. Like it's just going to be part of that stack of documents.
Yeah, and kind of like how Sam Hyde came out and said, after Charlie Kirk's death, if nothing happens in the next 2 weeks, nothing's going to happen. Yeah. And I agreed with him then, and it made me think back to like when Epstein most definitely did not kill himself. And nothing happened. Like they were just like, oh, the cameras didn't work. That's it. Like nothing happened. Nobody wanted anything else. It just kind of was like it made it into a meme, and then nobody paid attention to anything at that point. And it was kind of disappointing. And I guess that's just kind of how things happen. Something happens, and then people care about it for like a day, and then it goes out of the cycle, and all the people who have the ability to do something just say, well, fuck it, we don't have to do anything.
Yeah, all too often. That is how it goes.
That is the news cycle today. They just give it a little bit of time. All things shall pass, as they say, huh? Right. All right. Wow. Well, I guess we'll see. We'll find out more tomorrow, won't we, about this? So if anything does come of this. All right, guys. Thank you guys very much for your support on the bottom of the screen. We appreciate all that, and it allows us to do our show on a day-to-day basis. Quick reminder before we move on to our next story. Coming up a little bit later, I would love, if you guys haven't yet, we're doing a special thing this week, every day at 2 o'clock Central. I'm in the process. Hello, Lunduke. Good to see you. How are you? You all right?
Are we zooming? Are we zooming in? We gotta...
I'm bugging out.
What's happening?
Do you have vampire teeth?
I have fox fangs because I'm a fox.
Right. I'm sorry. You know what? It's funny. I'd already forgotten that she was a fox and not a cat.
How do you forget something like that? You gotta identify your animals like a second grader.
That's looking good, Craig. Looking good. and I just want to say to everyone watching right now, as you're thinking about these crazy news stories happening, and you're like, wow, Side Scrollers isn't going to be around doing shows like this next week. The Lunduke Journal will be. Lunduke.com.
Kirsche, I don't know if you've seen Lunduke's website before, but it is the best website possibly on the internet right now.
It's fantastic.
Let me kind of show you.
I know I've read his like
bring that sucker up. Bring that sucker up.
Look at this, Kirsche. Look at that.
One page.
It is like Geocities.
I was gonna say, I like how he has the Lunduke.com. I have Kirsche.com. That's my website.
Oh, I hear good things about that one as well.
Lunduke.com is laid out purely with tables. Like the good Lord intended websites to be. It's some tables and some hrefs and one image tag, because anything other than that is superfluous. Though there is also one other really cool thing on Lunduke.com. Really? There's this link on there that talks about how you can get lifetime subscriptions to Lunduke.com, to Lunduke Journal for $89 throughout the month of December. Visit Lunduke.com for more information.
That's great. It's,
It's an interesting piece of technology. Yeah.
It's wonderful. Excellent.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, you're welcome for that.
Sharing.
I share.
Well, let me finish what I was sharing, and that coming up in about 90 minutes from now, I'm going to be continuing our Mario marathon, which
that mustache definitely fits your face.
Thank you.
That's pretty good, actually.
It's good. I was looking at my favorite pornos, and I found that as inspiration.
What the fuck?
I don't have favorite pornos. I was just
kidding.
kidding.
Did you get the names of the porn stars from Cecil?
No, I got it from Lunduke actually, which was good.
Lunduke has deep porn star knowledge.
Yes, you can tell.
Anyways, look, we're doing that everywhere but YouTube. So if you want to follow us over on Rumble, follow us over on Kick. All the links to that is down below. Rumble.com/sidestrollers, Kick.com/sidestrollers. I would love for you to join me here in about 90 minutes as I'm playing video games. And the premise is very simple. I'm starting with the old school Mario games, and all I got to do is get to the end of them. And you guys keep holding me back. You keep resetting me. And today I have an opportunity to actually beat Mario 2. I'm on the last level. And we'll see if I can get there. And if I beat Mario 2, I move on to Mario 3. And we continue and we go. The goal is to beat all the games before the end of the week. I think today is a pretty good opportunity to do so. So I'll see you guys over there in about 90 minutes from now.
And since we're on a shilling segment, go to Kirsche.com to sign up for my next merch drop happening the end of this month.
Let's go.
Just to point this out, Craig, you have managed to make sitting around playing Mario 2 part of your job. Yes. And I find that inspirational. That is absolutely fantastic that you've done that, my dude.
Thank you, Lunduke.
Yeah, I did not think, I'll make playing video games part of my job. And that should have been part of my strategy from much earlier on. Phoenix is on board with that. That was just smart. That's just wicked smart right there.
It's just free real estate.
The more opportunity you have to play Mario games, the better. That's my thought on this. So, all right,
Genius.
let's move on to our next story here, real quick. And Kirsche, you have not seen this story. This has been fairly viral over the last few days, and we did talk about this a couple days ago. But this is your first time seeing it. I think it's important to give you a little bit of a background here. This takes place in. How you doing there, Lunduke? You doing good?
Better now.
All right, let's go. When you go to Target, everybody's wearing their red shirt and their khakis.
Excuse me, Craig, you're white. You have to pronounce it Target.
Oh, I'm sorry. When you go to a Target,
thank you.
Everyone's wearing their red shirt and their khakis. Is that good? Is that how white people do it?
You don't have to do that one.
Oh, okay. Well, this lady was in California, of all places. This is a Karen, if you will, and she was very upset with the T-shirt that was being worn by this sweet old lady. And I'll give you one guess as to why, Kirsche.
A sweet old lady could be wearing a T-shirt that had slurs all over it, and I wouldn't say anything because they're like an old lady, man. Let them have some fun. They're on their way out.
Well, you can see the shirt she's wearing here. This is a Freedom T-shirt with Charlie Kirk on it. So let's see how this lady responded to this sweet old lady just trying to fold T-shirts.
Why?
They let you wear that shirt here?
Yes.
So,
Why?
what do you mean they let you?
Why are you taking my picture?
Why are you wearing that shirt? You're working.
It's not a red shirt. I can wear any red shirt.
It's not a plain shirt.
It doesn't have to be
It's a Charlie Kirk shirt.
Yes. Yes, I know.
Are you fucking stupid?
No.
What? Why the fuck would you wear that? You're at work at Target.
Jeez.
That's not a Target shirt.
Bitch has not been slapped around by the husband she can't tie down enough.
Obviously, a very mentally well person who's definitely not unhinged here.
Yes, but they are complaining. Again, if any of us saw someone in a red shirt and it said Marxism on it, no one would say anything. This is why they always win and we always lose.
Well, let's find out if she actually did win here, Phoenix. Let's continue.
No, she won't. But this is it, because the activists, they always do something. They know how to use social media. They're always making
they use fear.
A statement.
And,
yeah, they're
like,
always
this is fear.
something.
She's attempting to make this woman afraid that she's going to lose her job because a customer is complaining.
100%.
She's using
That's what I
fear.
was about to say is like if this was even 5 years ago, this woman would have lost her job.
I'm not.
Yeah, but real
She
quick,
did.
I'm just saying that it is a group of people that we always turn away. We just like, whatever, that's that, and we keep saying, and they're always the one attacking, and that's why they keep gaining ground.
I think the opposite is happening here. I think we cannot stoop to that level of strategy. We cannot begin to attack.
I'm merely pointing out a difference of
I agree. It's a difference of strategy, but I think the fact that we refuse to begin threatening people like this, I think, is a testament to simply us being better people.
No,
and I think
it's just that you don't care.
No, I like every day. People
I
me.
just don't want you to mistake that I'm saying that we should be doing this. I'm just trying to show you that's what you're up against. I'm
with you, but what I think is happening here is how it should be handled. How it's being handled here is with dignity, with grace, and with an attempt to make it go viral. How people like us, normal people, were responding in a kind, dignified way against the insanity, against the aggression, against the threats coming from that other side.
With you, and where I agree with Phoenix is, like, again, if this was even 2 years ago, she would have gotten fired. The niceties, the respect, like, we're going to handle this with grace, that never worked. And the only reason that it's working now is because there have been enough of us that you called, the poop shields earlier, that have been standing up, taking this shit and fighting back against it for as long as we have been. That now the people who are the, like, nice, respectful, graceful, when they get attacked, everyone realizes this is fucked up and you shouldn't be harassing this old lady. But there needs to be more people actively going around and being like, hey, why are you wearing a Marxism t-shirt at work? This would be like wearing a swastika t-shirt at work. You'd get fired for that.
We're not disagreeing on any of this.
Wearing the Marxism shirt too.
Yeah, we're definitely not disagreeing on any of this, but where I think is a really critical thing is like Craig, Kirsche, when you guys have been speaking out, I have never heard Kirsche, no matter how many swear words you've dropped, I have never heard you say, we need to go kill this person. I have never heard you threaten someone else. And I think that's the real key here. What we're seeing in the video is one of those nice, crystal clear examples of people on the left threatening and harassing and attacking someone else, and people on not the extreme left handling it with some level of grace and dignity. And because people like us have been speaking out, it's become easier for people to have that dignity without collapsing, without retreating at all. So this woman from Target, this Target employee, she has the confidence now where she can just stand there, be graceful, take it, and she has a certain level of confidence that she's not getting fired because the tables have turned. It's the old strategies don't work anymore.
Well, also, I don't think there's no fear of getting fired anymore. I think that this
you're
cancel
right,
culture
but
stuff is kind of on the way
better.
out. People are waking up. It's definitely better. It's not completely over yet. And the issue has become, now that they know they don't have the power to constantly get people depersoned or financially ruined or dropped sponsors or fired from their jobs, whatever have you, they've escalated to just killing us instead.
Yes. That's true.
Phoenix is about, like, Phoenix wants to fight fire with fire. That's the thing that I get from Phoenix.
No. What I always am constantly trying to remind people of is that I'm trying to remind people of what the opposition looks like, what they're willing to do, and how active they always are compared to, I just want to be left alone. Like that, it's like you keep losing ground. Like, understand that enemy or understand that group, whatever you want to name them. Understand how they operate. Yeah. Because I'm always laughing how everyone's looking around like, where did my world go, dude? It was, you let it go.
Yeah, you let that happen.
Let it go.
Pay attention.
That's all I'm saying. I'm just trying to keep showing examples of, like, look at what they're willing to do. If someone if I'm in a Trump community and a guy with a Biden shirt comes by, I'm going to say hi to him. I don't care. How you doing there, sir? Don't care. If it was reversed, I guarantee you they're all teaming up to find a way to remove me, maybe physically. That's what you're up against. These are people that will do everything they can, social media-wise, physical, violent, whatever, to stop you. What are you doing to counteract that side? And it's usually, I don't know, I just want to watch TV and be left alone. I work hard, so I don't have time to do anything.
I think what a lot of, And I really, I agree with like 99% of what Phoenix and Kirsche are saying. But I think a point that a lot of us miss, and it's easy to miss this, is that what we're really fighting against is a selection of Marxist strategies and ideologies.
Yeah.
And historically, those Marxist ideologies and strategies have been absolutely devastating for the cultures, societies, and countries that they've occurred within. Like devastating.
Which is why you want to stop them before they get the cultural stranglehold.
But I want to point this very important thing out. It's been a problem here, but we seem to actually be stopping it. Like it's not stopped. They're in some ways they're trying to escalate because they've been kind of losing in some ways lately. But we have done a better job of fighting against those insidious strategies that have tended to be successful in destroying whatever culture they exist within. We're having a better success at fighting against them than almost anyone in history. And that's actually pretty impressive. And a large amount of the thanks to that go to people like President Trump, who have fought against it and rallied people against it. People like our delightful cartoon Fox here and all of us who are here who are regularly speaking out against it. And Phoenix is right. We have to speak up. But I think we're actually proving that we have one of the only recorded successful attempts at fully fighting against these Marxist strategies in the history since it's first started getting applied. And it might not be the perfect strategy, but we're actually seeing some success in putting it down. Not completely. We're not there yet. And we're definitely not out of the woods yet. But we're actually seeing some success. I think some of the strategies are pretty good.
I do like that we've had, moderate success on ousting some people, but it needs to go a lot further because once you get into that communist cultural takeover, the only way to get out is through violent revolution. And I don't want to see us get to that point. It would be great if we could just head everything off and get rid of communists in any sort of positions of power, in any sort of educational position. If we can just do that, but we're kind of ramshackled by our own principles and the laws of our country that we do prioritize.
Principles, man.
It's fucking rough, dude. It's fucking rough. People want to fight on a principled manner when their opponents are willing to do literally anything that it takes to get their cultural takeover. And
you know what? It seems like maybe we can win while we retain our principles. Like it seems like that's actually happening. I'm just saying, it seems like we're going in the right direction. Finally, it seemed for a while like maybe we wouldn't, but now we are.
Well, I mean, with all the stuff I look up with Bridge, they are changing the language again, and I get pushback from people. Because they say like, oh, Kirsche, that's fine. We know what's going to happen. And so we're not going to let it get to that point. And it's like, well, that's what people said, 10 years ago. And look how bad it's gotten since then. I think one huge failing of all of us is like, yeah, it's nice and fun to laugh at, the retards who say completely out of reality things. But too many people take them seriously. And so they shouldn't be underestimated, even if they are goofy as fuck.
No, you're absolutely right. Yes, and actually, Bridge is kind of an interesting example. I mean, everyone's seen all the DEI weirdness within all the major companies, the big tech firms, the gaming companies, everything, and some of them are attempting to redefine it because DEI stuff got bad press, and so they're
upgraded from anime fox prostitute to delightful cartoon fox.
What
Also,
the heck?
Can we get some poppy?
Sorry.
What in the tarnations was that?
There was a direct donation that came in the middle of that wonderful conversation.
That's through me, I think.
Yeah, that was through Phoenix right there.
I liked it. But like Bridge is an example. So DEI is in a lot of these companies on the way out and is getting replaced in some of them by Bridge and Bridge related initiatives, but some of them aren't. And so what we're seeing is Bridge is having less of an inroad in, like, let's say IBM and Microsoft and a few others than DEI.
Definitely not Microsoft. Definitely. Microsoft is very entwined with Bridge, and Cheryl Dijja has been two panels with Microsoft insiders.
So if we go through this, so Microsoft is kind of an interesting case because Microsoft is divided in all of their general management areas. So like their Windows group and their Office group, and then their various games companies. Some of them are going full DEI as originally outlined. Others are going no DEI at all. Others are going full on Bridge, and it's kind of this big cluster of weirdness going on there. And like I said before, they're still pushing the toddler trans thing.
You keep delineating between DEI and Bridge, and Bridge is a pusher of DEI. So DEI has been other names in the past, right? You've just had diversity, you had diversity and equality that eventually morphed into equity, and now we have diversity, equity, and inclusion. At some points there was affirmative action, right? So
I guess I'm just delineating it based on how they're delineating it. I kind of consider them all in the bucket of bunch of woke garbage that we need to shine a light on and talk about.
Yeah. But my important thing to get across is Bridge is not a rebranding of DEI. Bridge is the company informing all of the other companies how to rebrand DEI and how to obfuscate what they're doing. And one of the big things that Bridge informed companies to do multiple years ago was to get rid of their DEI departments. If you have forward-facing DEI departments or DEI leaders, get rid of those positions, get rid of those departments, and disperse all those acolytes to everywhere else in your company so that they can blend in and people won't be able to tell that you're embedding DEI in the DNA of your company. It's supposed to be part of the job description for everyone working there, not a siloed off department.
No, that's a really good point. That's a really good point. One of the most interesting examples, and I don't mean to derail this entirely, but for those of you who follow this stuff, IBM is one of the most fascinating examples of how they've handled DEI. We've published like 1 million videos and leaks and whatnot from IBM and their subsidiaries over the last couple of years where they've had these really racist hiring policies and DEI stuff. And the result of that was a bunch of lawsuits, so many lawsuits and basically threats from the US government to pull contracts, which would cost billions from IBM. So what IBM did.
Bridge is also informing companies with, they have lawyers working with them to inform the companies how to get around and how to find loopholes in even the new executive order Trump is doing.
So what's happened at IBM is they announced company-wide that they were doing away with DEI. But what was crazy about it was I leaked some internal emails from their executives even I think it was late last spring where they were talking about, look, the goal here is to quote take it underground. So with IBM, what's interesting is IBM is actually rejecting Bridge at an executive level right now, not because they're objecting to the ideas of DEI and Bridge, but because Bridge is already getting tainted from a legal and governmental perspective. So because there's been coverage of Bridge, like what you put out there, they're saying, okay, we're not doing Bridge either. In fact, we're not even going to follow the Bridge roadmap. We're going to take the ideas of DEI and Bridge and take it underground. They actually use the word underground repeatedly in their internal communications.
That is what Bridge is. Bridge is the point of rebranding and bringing it underground. That's what they're informing companies to do.
Yes and no. There's a little more to it, in that within IBM, they're rejecting some of the general outline strategies and bullet points of Bridge. But the reason they're rejecting it isn't because they're opposed. Isn't that they're opposed to the concepts of equity and some the racist hiring policies and whatnot. It's that they're really worried that they're going to get sued more than they already are.
This is exactly what Bridge is informing companies about. This is what Bridge is doing. You're describing what Bridge's purpose is. While simultaneously saying
that's the purpose of Bridge, but Bridge itself is being rejected, right? So they've even had meetings where they've talked about specifically Bridge, and they're saying that they're not going to follow that. And the reason they're saying that is because they don't want to get sued, and there's lawsuits coming relating to Bridge already. So I
haven't seen any lawsuits relating to Bridge happening.
We should talk. We should
This is like
we
listening
should
to
talk
my
more.
favorite podcast
Yes,
on a podcast.
Listen,
Yeah, we should take this offline because I've got some stuff for you.
No,
I was gonna say there was a bridge meeting today that I couldn't attend because it happened at the same time as Side Scrollers, but I got all of the timestamps and stuff here, and I still don't know how to play this stuff publicly because like you're not supposed to record them. They ask you not to, but like I'm not a journalist. So there was somebody in the meeting that said finding ways to slip DEI into different roles and ways to push DEI training as a transferable skill. And you need to have some DEI flags so you don't waste time on companies that have a hard conflict with DEI. So when you have a company that has a hard conflict with DEI, like, you know, it might be a small company and they're just like, we don't want to do any of the DEI initiatives, whatever, not our thing. Instead of trying to place people in that company, you try to place people in the companies that you already have an inroad and you fully take over those before you try and get into the company that's against it.
Yes.
And for years, this is, again, what they've been doing. This has been what they've been forming companies to do. We had the fun phrase, you got to slip in the DEI vegetables because there's a lot of fussy babies that just refuse to understand that DEI is good for them and it's good for everyone.
Yes.
Like this has been what Bridge is doing, and Bridge has had more companies sign on to partner with them publicly in the last 5 months than they had in the past like 2 years.
Yeah, no, Bridge is having a lot more success now than it really should be. It seems
it shouldn't have this much success.
Yeah.
And with how much I've been talking about it, I had hoped that more people would pick up the mantle and start talking about it as well. But
part of the problem that they're
doing it.
Like a lot of these companies, like the reason certain companies are officially rejecting Bridge while still embracing a lot of the ideas of Bridge is because Bridge itself has been tainted at the governmental level. Like it's been looped in with all the DEI
at all.
stuff.
I mean, if you have something to show me that would prove that, that'd be great. But I don't think that's true at all based on what I've seen and who they're working with behind the scenes.
What's happening is a lot of under the current rules and executive orders, a lot of the government agencies can't do work with certain types of companies that do a lot of the DEI stuff. Bridge is getting looped into that. So there have been a few memos floating around among some of those government agencies saying, well, if they're doing Bridge stuff, that would apply to the current existing executive orders. And so there's been some large corporations that are getting a little bit concerned about that, but they want to stick to the idea.
Bridge has working with them. They've been able to get around the executive order wording, and they've been able to inform certain people who have government contracts to also get around the government wording.
Only that is true, but only in certain circumstances. There have been a lot of companies, and IBM's been a big example of it because they have so many military contracts. They've actually were in danger of losing a large number of them because of the DEI and Bridge related stuff or DEI related stuff, which is why they're anyway. We're way off into the weeds.
So,
I don't think this has anything to do with video games, but
fire these people instead of just shuffling them around the company and giving them a different title. They need to be fired and not allowed to be in a position of power further than what they have been already.
Yes.
So this lady at Target was getting yelled at. You want to hear the rest of it?
I do.
Okay.
You want to stop interrupting us, guys?
But that was 20 minutes.
I know.
You guys like podcasts, so we put a podcast in your podcast.
Hey, I love it. I love it. No,
I absolutely love it.
This is great. We're gonna make the Kirsche Lunduke show happen for sure.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great.
Good gravy.
Here, let's.
So the lady at Target.
Okay, let me start this over really quick.
We already started watching it.
Yeah, I'll tell you. Let me go and start this over so we can get a clip out of this for the internet.com. All right, here we go. Okay. Hey, Kirsche, did you hear about the lady who got yelled at Target?
No, tell me more, Craigathy.
Okay, well, this happened a couple days ago when we talked about it. Here's this lady coming up because she has a red T-shirt on. This is it.
Why?
They let you wear that shirt here?
Yes. Why? Why are you taking my picture?
Why are you wearing that shirt? You're working. It's not a
It's a
Target
red
shirt.
shirt. I can wear any red shirt.
It's not a plain shirt.
It doesn't have to be
It's a Charlie Kirk shirt.
Yes. Yes, I know.
Are you fucking stupid?
No.
Why the fuck would you wear that? You're at work. It's Target. That's not a Target shirt. It's not a plain red shirt. You support a racist.
There it is.
Not racist.
You support a racist.
He's not a racist.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Yes, he fucking is.
I'm sorry, but I'm not going to stand here and argue with you.
You're not. You should go
over
get
it.
your manager. You should not be allowed to wear that at work. Unacceptable. Unfucking acceptable.
That's your opinion.
No, the opinion is he's a fucking racist and you support him.
That's your opinion, ma'am. Have
And
a
you
nice
shouldn't.
day.
You should not be allowed to wear that. This
a
is
nice
going to be taken above your fucking head. That's insane.
Listen to how
Insane.
like smug she is as she says that, right? Like the
Jeez.
entire culture of them being able to use this power for so long has made them feel completely untouchable and given them complete agency to destroy anyone's life they feel like. It's disgusting to me.
She's so tolerant. She's so
So
tolerant.
tolerant. So nice.
And this poor lady, if you're just trying to hang up some T-shirts and
Yeah.
you know, she's just trying to do her
Grandma's
thing.
not sweet, man.
She's like literally hanging up onesies and stuff. Like,
Right. So
Come
this,
on.
look, everybody sees this. Everybody thinks this is just the dumbest thing in the world. And let me just kind of back up really quick. Because we did talk about this a couple days ago, and I had a prediction on the show as to what would happen. We were talking about this when this first started popping off. I just want to play this for you guys because I think I freaking nailed it.
This is going to be taken above your fucking head. That's insane.
Have a
Insane.
nice day.
Insane.
All this lady here has done on the left is made this lady on the right's life better. Because what's going to happen here is this is going to be a viral thing. We're going to find out who this lady is. She's going to get some sort of GoFundMe started for, and this lady on the right's going to make bank.
She's already had a GoFundMe
And
started.
she's going to quit her
she's
job
already making
because she's not
bank.
going to have to work. So everything that this lady over here thought she was going to accomplish is going to blow up in her face.
Yep.
Yep, and that's exactly what happened, Kirsche. Is a Give Sin Go was launched immediately, and I don't know if you guys saw the amount that's been raised so far. Anybody seen this?
No.
Lunduke, how you doing with that microphone, buddy?
Rubbing it off.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Oh no. We just decided to quit. Right now, it is at 200. Lunduke's like, I'm out. I can't talk about bridge and DEI anymore. $223,000.
Wow.
Lunduke says his phone died.
His phone died.
The only thing that could make this situation even better is if these self-righteous busybodies who fancy themselves as moral arbiters, if they would in turn lose their job for harassing someone else with the intent to get them to lose their job.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because that was the general thought process of this lady should lose her job.
Hell yeah! Fuck them!
Well, Miss Jeannie Beeman over here, she was the one who harassed. She actually, someone did an interview with her the other day, which was great, which it was very interesting. By the way, I just want to point out, she is in her shirt, but take a look at the nutcracker up here. Kind of interesting here with the rainbow flag going on. And just interesting. That's all.
It's interesting that she has the progress flag on a nutcracker.
Yes.
Cracking nuts is progressive.
Yeah. now illegal, by the way, apparently. But let's go ahead and see what she had to say about this.
I know people are calling for her to be fired for this. Do you think that that's right? Would you like that to happen?
No, I don't think that's right. Like one saying I have is, two wrongs don't make a right. You know, she wronged me, but I don't want to wrong her, or I don't want her wrong because it's not going to make it right.
I understand the mentality, but I think we're way past that. When one side literally wants you fucking dead, I think it's time to be like, yeah, you know what? I do kind of want some retribution, actually.
Phoenix is he's like, why didn't you go after? Like Phoenix is like, you say what you want to say, Phoenix. 'Cause I know what you're gonna say.
No, this is like be the better person mentality that we were talking about earlier. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, no, like, well, look, it's. I think everyone should act and behave however they want to act and behave. It's just, again, it's just the repeating theme of today, and Kirsche, I think, has pretty much got it, is like, at what point are you going to understand the enemy that you're against right now? Because if at any time that they could press a button to potentially even kill you, they probably would press it.
I wouldn't use it probably at this point. I just
Well, she literally wanted to end her career. In her job, right? She was trying to go above her head and get her fired for wearing a t-shirt where, once again, just to point out, she is on her side, apparently, literally right there to her right there. It's right there. She values everything.
Wasn't it the same with like that Cinnabon worker lady? Didn't she turn out to be like a leftist? And so everyone was like, all you right-wing people, you supported a leftist. You just said a no-no word. How does that make you feel? And it's like, well, why would we care, right? Like they were the ones who got harassed, right?
Right. Well, this has been an ongoing thing. And look, she's doing what everyone's been taught. Turn the other cheek, right? Look, I'm not going to stoop to their level. And, Phoenix is a little more verbose when it comes to his actions. Phoenix, you're the guy who doesn't have any Netflix, any Prime. You are straight up boycotting everything that you don't agree with.
I left 6 figures for a retail job. Like I literally might like everything that I say I do it.
Yeah,
so,
it's true. It's true. He stands on his principles here. Well, this lady apparently who was dropping in on and being the Karen at the Target definitely is regretting her actions, as she has made a statement because of this. She says, and Blabs, how about you read it in your best Karen voice? Go ahead.
Oh, I don't have a Karen voice. Okay, anyway, I want to take full responsibility for my actions and say clearly and sincerely that I was wrong. I behaved badly and I regret it deeply. I want to directly apologize to Jeannie. I am truly sorry for approaching you at your workplace and putting you in an uncomfortable and unfair position. You did not deserve that, and my behavior was wrong. She's sorry she got caught.
Yeah, I don't believe she's sorry at all.
Yeah, to Jeannie's families for the stress and attention my actions caused. I apologize to Target as her employer. I apologize to Enlo, and I apologize.
That's your company.
Okay.
I was like, what?
I'm like, who the hell's Enlo, her lover? Anyway, and I apologize to Chico community. I understand.
What the fuck is the Chico community?
That's the city the Target was in.
Oh,
Chico, California.
Okay. And I apologize to the Chica community. I understand that what I did reflected poorly on myself and disrupted a sense of safety and respect that should exist in a workplace and in our community. I did not handle the situation the way I should have. She made it a situation.
Yeah, right. It was completely her fault.
I have allowed my emotions to take over instead of choosing restraint and empathy. That was my failure, and I own it. I regret my actions, and I'm genuinely sorry for the harm they caused. I wish I can go back and undo what happened, but I can acknowledge it honestly, learn from it, and commit to doing better moving forward.
Can I say what my favorite thing about this is? The best thing is that now she gets to deal with the zombie horde. Because she apologized, she now gets to deal with her rabid base, and they are going to tear her limb from limb. Good. No sympathy for me. I will enjoy it with popcorn.
I feel like she only regrets her action because she tried to get a woman fired from her job, and instead the woman got over $200,000.
Right. Now, it's funny that I saw the chat say, oh, that's a ChatGPT apology.
It does sound very AI.
I actually took the apology and brought it into ChatGPT and said, does this apology look like it was written by AI? It's a short answer. Yes. It strongly reads like an AI assisted or PR crafted apology, even if a human technically signed off on it. And it talks about the structure of it. So yes, it 100% looks like it is an AI apology here.
See, and now if this dumb bitch, if she understood the zombie horde, which she should have done, I'm happy she didn't, but what she should have done was double down and went on social media like, I'm never going to apologize to racists and this, and she would have probably had her own GoFundMe when she said, my job wants to fire me, blah, blah, blah. But thankfully it went this way, and I like this way better.
Yeah. It's great stuff. So there we go. She is apologizing. You're right. She has bent the knee to all of those horrible people that came after her. And
I wouldn't expect a grandma to, call for someone's job. I definitely expect a grandma to have it's all right. I'm okay. And they probably know what they did was wrong. I don't agree with that mentality, but I expect it from a grandma. And that's why I think it's like everyone else's responsibility to be like, this bitch started the situation. This bitch wanted to ruin someone else's life. It's time for this bitch to lose her job instead.
Well, I think that was on the table for sure, because that was one of those things that I think if she had not apologized, she 100% would have lost her job because she apologized to her employer in that apology.
Yep. The employer probably had like HR reach out and be like, look, you're going to lose your job unless you apologize.
Yeah, 1,000%. Well, good actions. What do they say? It's consequence culture, if you will. All right, great place to put a pin in it today. We have some big supers here. As Marmalin says, best podcast inception ever. Kerr and Lunduke, glad you got 3 people in third chair. Welcome to the show, Phoenix, Blabs, and Craig. Thanks, Marmalin. Appreciate it.
Mercenary super chat makes me really excited, and I hope I get to fucking read a follow-up tomorrow.
Okay, we'll look at that here in just a second. Let's get some frolicking really quick for Marmalin as I'm going to put Marmalin on the wall. I got several people to put on the wall here. Marmalin, thank you very much, which is just wonderful. By the way, I have just set up my live stream. By the way, while the insanity was happening between Lunduke and Kirsche there. Damn it!
You filed your taxes and also set up a live stream.
Right. Somehow I filed my taxes and yes, set it all up. I need to go back and do some editing first. Let me go do that, and then I'll put the link over and include it. Blaz, why don't you read that super from Mercenary?
Okay, Mercenary for 10 says, fun fact, the Karen apparently is being investigated by the police. This apology is not going to save her from that because her job said they're going to wait for the investigation. She's cooked.
I don't know what she's getting investigated by the police for, because this feels like a civil matter. But
I agree.
It's for being a C.
No console allowed.
I didn't say
Blabs,
it.
you can't say that.
I didn't say it.
I did with an
Blabs, you can't say that on
AUWITS.
YouTube. You cannot. That's the one word you can't say.
I
thought that was the N-word.
Yeah, since when?
I
learned my lesson. I had said it the other day.
It's the one word you can't say. Like literally the one word you can't say.
Oops.
I missed it.
Okay. Yes. Please continue, Blabs. What else do we have here?
Do you really want me to? I can say all the words. Anyway, Game Hunter Serious for 50 says, as a chaotic evil man, stay away from the kids and let kids have fun. I've been doxxed by the LG TV for 3 years. TV? Anyway, I wouldn't be surprised if I got kidnapped because I'm working on the Asmongold X Kirsche JRPG. Frolic!
Oh my god, I want battle mechanics!
There's some frolicking from
it's
Fat
me.
Craig. Fat Craig.
It's me. There it is.
He just leaves the studio from the window.
That's great. They're just running on through the field there. That's great.
I love that you're so fat. Do you like contemplating eating the grass? You're like, oh no.
But maybe it would taste delicious.
Patriotic Gestalt for 50 says, is this a Lunduke and Kirsche show? Let's go.
It's been a great show.
Yeah, we're gonna need.
It's been fucking amazing until his phone died.
Yeah, he's not coming back, guys.
I think you guys need a somebody to be able to ring you in a little bit, like, I mean, I think you guys are like, whenever you go off topic, like, because it was like, here's 30 seconds of the Target thing, bridge and DR,
and that's how the universe was created. We're done. Okay.
And also, DB Wild for 20 says, in today's day and age, I live by a different sort of golden rule. I do unto others that they have done unto me, especially when they try to hurt me and mine. Also, glad Phoenix is better, even if high. Can I just say, hi, Phoenix has been hilarious to watch all stream.
I just love to get high with Phoenix.
Maybe we can make that happen. I'm just saying. We got Grin Raptor says, Chico PD already put out a press release saying that there will be no charges. Rumor about employment status, though. Yeah, okay.
I wonder what the investigation was for then.
I do not know.
Maybe some harassment or something.
I don't know.
Yeah. I'll tell you, I'm going to put the link to, let's see, come join here. The link to today's live stream over on Rumble. I'm going to put it in the, can you pin that, please, Blabs? That chat I just put in?
Yep.
Because I am a generational gaming talent. I just want to point that out to everybody. I was pointed out by the chat yesterday. Real quick, Sakari says, hey, Craig, you are collecting VTuber women. Okay, thank you. Would you ever have Ember Paradox on the show? Me and her community of strays would love to see her on the show because chaos after seeing you react to her tweets on Frogan. Sure, I don't know. Do you know Ember Paradox, Kirsche?
No, I don't.
Okay, well, yeah. Ember Paradox, Blabs. See if we can have another VTuber friend on the show. Aiden says, ban trans surgeries for kids, ban the Black National Anthem, kick out the bad Somalis out of Minnesota for fraud, and get rid of criminal illegals. Thank you. Arg, another name, says, with the 10, says, when a 5-year-old tells their parents they're a dinosaur, we don't install scales and claws. True. And Argon of the Name did come in with that 50 during the show, which, by the way, you are back on the wall, Argon of the Name. Thank you very much for that. You're on the bottom corner over there. And also, yes, thank you, Aiden, for the support over there. All right. That was a lot. That was a roller coaster of fun.
It's my favorite show ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
It really was.
Great.
Legit.
Yeah. That was fun. Just like take off the reins and let them go, kids. Let's go.
We just kind of spun out of control a little bit.
Yeah, but I mean, that's passion. That's what's awesome. I loved it.
I'm with you on that. All right.
Passion of the Christ.
At the top of the chat, Blabs, please. Oh, did you not pin that chat, Blabs?
I did, but also your chat didn't comment, so I had to do it myself, and then I pinned it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Couple quick things. Guys, head over to Side Scrollers Plus. If you'd like to support us and support Kirsche, you can become a member of Side Scrollers Plus. Use promo code FOXLADY, get a discount, and use her link down below. Use her link. It is in the description, and she will get a big, fat rev split on that. And
give me that big, fat rev split.
So go do that right now over at sidescrollersplus.com. Use promo code FOXLADY and get a big discount, as well as give her that big fat rev split right there. All right. So once again, coming up here in about 45 minutes, I'm playing Mario 2. I'm almost done with it, and we're in the middle of the Mario Marathon, Mario Funathon, whatever you want to call it. We're playing some Mario, and I'm trying to beat him. We'd love for you guys to join me over on Rumble, over on Kick, over on Side Scrollers Plus, even over on Twitch. Been really, really fun. Today's the day I'm going to advance to Mario 3. We're looking forward to that. Kirsche, do you have anything now that you're up and at 'em? Are you feeling pretty good about things? You got a big day planned?
I'm feeling like I'm gonna take a nap after I do my YouTube manager appointment.
Okay, sounds good. Well,
I love nap time. And I guess that's where I'm wrapping up here. Once again, go to Kirsche.com and sign up for alerts for when my merch drops. I had to split the merch drop into multiple pieces because I am anal about quality for stuff that I sell to people. If I won't buy it myself, I don't want to sell it to you. So we had to split the drop so I could get the quality of some of the items I wanted. So part of it will be dropping end of December. More of it will be dropping later in January. But, it's fucking great stuff. Great stuff, guys. Thank you.
Speaking of anal.
You can't buy those anymore. Those are sold out.
Oh, my fault. Sorry. Well, there you go. You guys head over to Kirsche.com and buy all of this stuff. Congratulations on all this. Wow, look at this. That's ridiculous.
It's pixelated. That one actually sold the most out of everything from that drop. Yeah. That outsold all of the other products. Those were my during my donathon. That was a promise I made to my community. So my first drop on my own was always going to be ridiculously lewd since I promised it.
I feel like we should do this just with Phoenix here.
I'm down and ready to
I'd
go.
buy Phoenix Docky.
There we go. We got one.
All right, guys. I'll see you in about 40 minutes. Have a great rest of your day. Go to Kirsche.com and buy some merchandise for her and support her over at Side Scrollers Plus using the link down below. Use promo code FOXLADY, get a discount, and support her. All right. Have a great day, guys. Remember, people are going to try to keep you down. Don't let them. You guys got a goal. Go get it. See you guys shortly over on Rumble for some Mario 2. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.